Okay, that seems to be going. Desktop audio is probably going. Um, okay. I'm gonna assume this is going until told otherwise. Throw this over here. Pop that there. Get rid of that. Here's the prep doc. Okay. Hey. Oh, do I have audio? No, I don't. Don't I? The fuck? What's this about?
Can't hear anything.
Oh, hey. Oh, can you hear me? Hello? Okay. Interesting. Here, disconnect.
There we go.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, it wasn't you, it was me.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So I don't know if the YouTube is going properly. I guess I'll check it on my phone. I haven't done this in a long time, and it looks different than it did before. My phone looks like I'm streaming, so it's cool. Okay, so I'll assume this is working properly. So I guess I'll introduce the thing first. So here we're gonna be doing preliminary tiers for season 19. With me currently, we got Mike.
Hello.
Coach of the Washington Commanders. If my notes here are correct, you're going to be with me in the North Division.
That is the plan. I'm excited for it.
It's I'm kind of scared about this whole thing because I'm just like looking at who we got. So we got me, Curtis, Dakota, Jabron, Brett, you, and Logan. Dodged Zach this time around. Still scary though.
It's definitely going to be a bit more challenging than last season.
Yeah, for sure. Let me pull up OBS, make sure this is recording. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. So I'm gonna open up. So this is season 18 tier list. We have a lot of discussion stuff already started. We've been kind of doing this, under the table already a little bit, just getting some ideas. So Brett has organized this very nicely. On the radar to move up, we've got a Spathra and Meowscarada. Probably be adding more tonight, but we'll get to that when we get to it. On the radar to move down, Ting-Lu, Salazzle, Electros, Bellibolt, Jolteon, and Veluza. And then we have all this new and returning Pokemon for Season 19. A lot to go over. These colors that you see here on screen are just where they were before when they have been tiered. So, okay, Mike, for starting out, is there anything that is on the radar to move up list, like stuff from last season in particular, that you feel needs to be addressed that isn't already on this list?
Well, I think first of all, we have a Spathra on there. I'm not sure we really saw much of it last season. I think by the time it was picked up, it was kind of a non-issue. I'm not even sure it hit the field.
Yeah, this is more reacting to the fact that we didn't see a lot of it. We saw a lot of it in like standard OU, and it was deemed ban worthy there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
realistically, I think Meowscarada definitely has made the argument that it belongs in a tier higher. I think one that's missing on the radar to move down is probably Dugtrio. We've seen it time and time again. The trapping mechanic doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, you know what I think I talked about a little bit before. I think Dugtrio's really hurt by the fact that Terra exists. Mm-hmm. And the stuff you don't want to get trapped, you just turn grass type and you can kind of get out of that situation. Or ghost type. If you can live the hit, then you can switch out and you're not trapped. I think also flying type works with that too.
And I think unlike the trapping mechanic in Hatterene, is that the one?
Gothitelle.
Or not Hatterene, sorry, Gothitelle. Unlike the trapping mechanic there, Dugtrio can't live a hit. Whereas True. Gothitelle can. And so that, I think it's still viable for Gothitelle. I think there's still a play there. I just think we've seen Dugtrio. It's too easy to plan for now.
It's yeah, and you know what? Discussing a change to Terra is something that I also had talked about doing that I do want to address. I'll definitely I guess I'll say what my plan is I want to have these preliminary tiers kind of finalized. Like this is what we're starting with. We'll do some votes. If anybody has any big issues, then I want to have a voting period from Monday to Wednesday, and then I'd love to be able to have finalized tiers by Thursday, and maybe if people are up for it, we can start drafting shortly after that. But um, I we'll see how things progress because it's an ambitious timeline. Something else
I
I
think
want to
looking
add
at
to something on the
I was
radar to move up is Sandy Shocks. I'm just gonna throw that over here.
I think it it definitely is extremely hard to plan for. Even I was rocking Clodsire, which he's a great mon, but when you're trying to plan for how do I counter your electric Pokemon and it can also hit me with Earth, it's like, oh, I'm done.
It's yeah, it's definitely tough. I'm sorry, I cut you off though. What were you gonna say?
You're fine. I was gonna say I think it's important to note too that the move down radar, like I see Belly Bolt on there. I got a bunch of kills with Belly Bolt, but I think it's more just in the nature of what's getting added in, more so than it is anything to do with that particular mon. I think we've gotten a lot more maybe better options that justifying it in silver is maybe not valid anymore.
I'm sorry, you're talking about Belly Bolt? I was looking
Hmm.
at something else. Man, see, I was kind of I was championing Belly Bolt a little bit in the off season because I really was impressed with what it was able to do last season. I really do. It surprised me. I think it's a pretty decent defensive mod. It's only got one weakness. It's got reliable recovery. Electric types are still pretty decent, and I think it's got the coverage it needs. I'd like to see a little bit more utility out of it, because really the only utility it has is like being able to Thunder Wave and recover.
There's like three builds you can do with the thing.
Yeah, it doesn't, off the top of my head, it doesn't have any setup. Doesn't have any hazards. It doesn't have any sort of team support. So it is very one dimensional, but I still was impressed with it last season. Okay, Darren's thankfully in our chat, so we have at least one person tuning in here. Uh, Darren, if you have any thoughts, please throw them in the chat. I'll try to keep up on that. Um, so yeah, I guess I'm gonna start going through. We'll cover these on the radar things a little bit more later, but let's take a look at the new mons. So Hisuian Arcanine, I it's defensively worse than regular Arcanine, for sure. But it's just so strong with that with the reckless, or is it reckless or Rockhead?
Yeah,
That's what it is. Rockhead.
Rocky.
Rockhead, Head Smash, Wild Charge, Flare Blitz increases its longevity by a significant amount in the attacking sets. It hits so hard. It also has extreme speed. Like back in Gen 6, this is Heavy Duty Boots is in Gen 7 or was it in Gen 8? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say Heavy Duty Boots is introduced in Gen 8. But in Gen 7 and 6, probably earlier gens, but I can't speak to those. I didn't play them. I would say that Arcanine's best set was the offensive set and just run Bandit a lot. But its survivability was super bad. But now with Heavy Duty Boots, the defensive sets become a lot better. So I think there is a blueprint for Hisuian Arcanine. I think gold. What do you think?
I think it has gold level striking ability. It is very hard to switch in on, just because of how much coverage it can have and how hard it hits. The challenge with it is always getting it in unharmed. But yeah, other than that, you're taking a good chunk out of anything, even if you're switching into something that's a neutral. It's been a nightmare in the the Ranbats I've been running into.
Yeah,
Um,
it's.
so
I'm gonna go ahead and say gold. I don't. Brett looks like Brett has some sort of conditional formatting set up here. I wonder if no, it didn't work like that. Um, but I'm not gonna. I'll just do that. Articuno. I am a big Articuno apologist. Because I really I think it's got good and really I think I just like the design of it is the biggest thing. But I think that Articuno it lost Toxic, it lost Defog, it lost all of its support options. All it can do now is set up substitutes in like PP stall. I think Articuno probably moves down to Iron in my opinion. Do you have any counterpoints to that?
No, I mean I tried to use Articuno in 2 seasons ago, and it was tough. Adding it doesn't really have anything in its move set that lends itself super well to a Terra. So I don't know. It definitely has not gained anything. So moving it down is probably the appropriate move.
Yeah, I think maybe there's an argument with Terra to be made for like I mean, one of the problems is it's an opportunity cost loss because you could go, oh, I'm going to turn my opponent has difficulty dealing with bulky water types. Turn Articuno water type. Its defensive type is better, and now you can run that like sub roost freeze dry, another move. I don't know what, and just kind of chip away at stuff. But I don't think that is kind of worth the. I don't really think that's worth the Terra or honestly even a spot on the roster.
No, I think it's a situational. If you're running into you don't have, if you don't have
Freeze
a
dry.
Ice Mon or something like that, it's a decent, having the flying component helping to chip away at some of that fighting weakness. It's not a bad addition to a team. I think it's just very situational.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Hold on, let me try something here. I want to get the. I have the stream going over on the side so I can make sure shit's working okay. Actually, it looks like shit. It's really low resolution. I don't know if I can fix that easily. I don't know if I could. You know what? Maybe some other time I'll try to fix it. Let's see if I can do output type. No. Okay, I've. You know what? I think everyone's gonna be okay with it. Oh, sorry. Had a sneeze there, and I couldn't figure out how to mute myself fast enough. Okay. Yeah, Articuno. I think Iron is good. We'll roll with that. Galarian Articuno. This has become pretty popular. I mean, there was a time where it was. I think early in tier shifts. I can just refer to mostly OUs when I saw a lot of this being used. Dual screens is pretty popular early on most of the time. Oh shoot, I'm getting a call, so I gotta mute myself here. Hello? Hello?
He says as he doesn't mute himself. You're not muted.
Okay, sorry about that.
No worries.
Did you keep everyone entertained while I was gone?
I stayed silent. I thought you paused the stream.
You know what? I don't know how to I don't know how to pause the stream, so I just let it keep
You
rolling.
were still broadcasting, so
I know I was still broadcast. I muted myself, but
I mean, I could hear you.
Oh, the whole time, huh?
Yeah, the whole time.
That's unfortunate. Oh well. I hit a mute button on my audio mixer, so. Oh, you know what though? I didn't mute myself on Discord, so I don't know if the stream kept going. Anyways, I guess we'll get back to it. Sorry if anybody had to hear that. We're not a professional organization here. Okay. Galarian Articuno. I know there's a big. A lot of people liked using it with agility weakness policy behind screens, along with competitive, and like there's a lot more intimidate users this time around. So. But I really feel like those are gimmick sets. I think silver is still probably appropriate. It didn't gain or lose much of anything in the tier shift, or in the generation shift. So I think it's probably still there. Do you have any additional thoughts on it?
No, I do think that is one mon where, because of its setup ability and other things like that, it does have more application within a Terra environment. I don't know if it justifies gold though.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, I don't think I would even take another look at this in gold. Yeah, I think that's probably good. Assuming Avalugg, I don't think there needs to be much discussion on it. It's objectively worse than regular Avalugg, and like Brett wrote wood here, except we don't have the wood tier anymore, so it's just gonna have to stay in iron.
Love a good wood tier.
Yeah. So here we have the another member of the ABL North, a coach of the London Dragonites and former ABL champion Dakota Jones.
Oh, thank you. The praise is great.
So yeah, we're just kind of working through the new and returning list for season 19. Before we move on with that, if you have any thoughts on basically stuff to have on the radar from last season about moving up or down, we'll just add it to the list and we'll deal with that at the end. Any thoughts?
I mean, I already gave you like a preliminary bunch a couple weeks ago, I feel like.
Yeah, I think
really
you were present for this discussion. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Mostly just Gallade, definitely.
Where did Gallade was in silver before? We'll add Gallade to the list to move up. Which I was a big Gallade proponent last time around. I think is very good. I still think it's very good.
We could probably talk about. I don't know if this is like a hard thing, but like Ting Lu to move down potentially.
Ting Lu is on the list to move down.
All right.
Okay.
Also, hello, Mike. How are you?
Yeah.
Good.
So, excellent. Don't let me stop you. I've just popped in from work.
Yeah, all good. So the next one is Basculegion male and female. Now the biggest thing about this is Last Respects is already banned. I don't see any reason to even really discuss unbanning, but let me pull up their stats because I don't know these Pokemon well enough. Without, like, I know they have adaptability in Swift Swim.
Jerem, can you send me the link to the? I've been without power for 5 days or since Thursday. So can you send me the link to the season 19 prep thing again?
Sure. It's not too far back in the general chat, but I will.
Oh, is it in the general? I'm sorry. Well, how rude of me.
No, it's fine.
I didn't scroll back higher. I didn't scroll back far.
Here, boom, you got it.
Oh, you're the best.
Okay, so
the best commissioner that's ever existed.
I'll take it.
Way better. I
think Mick Foley was a really good commissioner of Raw back in like 99, 2000, but I mean, kind of a different skill set.
You beat Goodell for sure.
That's okay. I'll take it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so Basculegion male and female. Here, I guess I should put their stats on here. In the stream so people can see. I'm running some sort of production here anyways. So I got Basculegion male here. The important stats. I mean, like 120 HP. HP is very important, but its defenses lackluster at 65 and 75. Special attack, you're not special attacking with this. It's only 80, but it's got 112 attack, and it has 78 speed. Mold breaker, adaptability. This thing hits very hard. Even the biggest drawback to it is it doesn't have. How come I don't? Oh, because there we go. The biggest. Oh no, it has Swift Swim now. Apparently that was an old thing. Yeah, adaptability, Mold breaker, Swift Swim. It had rattled on there. That was weird. So Swift Swim's big, adaptability's big. Got Wave Crash, Aqua Jet, Last Respects. We don't have, so it doesn't actually have that. You could run Phantom Forest or Terra Ghost, Terra Blast. Also Liquidation, Ice Fang, Psychic Fangs as other options. Unfortunately, it just doesn't have good Ghost Stab. But I think you're mostly using this on rain teams. Any thoughts here? I feel like this is your primary rain team Wave Crash Pokemon.
I think that you have he's essentially I think you're using him for the same thing that you're using Floatzel for right now. You're going to throw him in the game, and he's going to do Ice Stab, and then maybe a couple of off moves potentially, because he doesn't have the Last Respects. Like, he's realistically not going to be a ghost hitter unless you're burning your Terra.
I kind of agree with Mike. I do think on a rain team, this thing can be very dangerous with adaptability in the rain.
Honestly, I pulled up Floatzel on the side here. Speed is 115, attack is 105. So if you're running this with Swift Swim, you're running Adamant. So you're actually hitting harder with Floatzel. And then I
will say, having the stab move, or having non-stab head smash at 150, he's still a threat. He's still got some coverage there, but he's definitely not. He's got outrage too.
I can't in good conscience put this any higher than Floatzel personally.
I think he is exactly the same.
Yeah,
I think the one thing I will say is that its defenses are a little lacking, but it has better bulk than Excadrill, which can be built very defensively. I know the typing's not as good, but 120, 65, 75 is definitely you're not going to use it as a defensive wall or anything. But
no, you're right though. You're right. You can use this outside of rain as just a bulky attacker, just adaptability, choice band, and it'll live.
A great idea.
Yeah, it'll live some hits. That 120 HP really, really carries it. I think that's fair. I do think Floatzel has some other stuff going on. I'm just going to have to draw comparisons to Floatzel because they're rain mons. I think Floatzel does have some potential other sets, like Bulk Up set works on Floatzel, I think, as just another option that I think it can provide you. I think whatever tier we had Floatzel in, I feel like it's safe to put it in the same tier.
Bronze, I think.
I know we have Floatzel higher than that for sure.
Silver. Yeah,
Oh,
I was thinking silver. I think it's a definite. I think silver is a fair price for it.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely going to coax somebody to be like, hey, I'm going to do a rain team and go with Basculegion. I think that's fair, but I think Floatzel might be better just on pure rain.
I guess silver's kind of where all the rain sweepers end up anyway. That's where,
with the exception of Kingdra.
Oh, sorry, I said rain sweepers. I meant weather sweepers. That's where Skull Villain is. That's where don't we have something else in there?
We had Venusaur there in the past. I think
Beartick there. Oh no,
Beartick's lower because snow's bad.
Snow is bad. You're right.
Yeah, I think that's an appropriate spot for it. Moving on to Basculegion female, though. Basculegion female, I think actually it does some of the same stuff because I don't know why it keeps pulling up Sword and Shield like it had some sort of life there, but Swift Swim, adaptability, Mold Breaker, defenses are the same, but it's got 100 special attack, and the benefit to this is the special move pool is better between Surf, Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, Hydro Pump. This is your special attacking one. Adaptability I like better on this. It kind of feels like how, Dakota can relate to this back in Gen 7 PU Basculin.
Oh yeah, no, that's it's funny. I was just thinking of that. Yeah, because you can just run it, and it's the adaptability will just boost you as high as you need to be. Like
Yeah.
choice adaptability, female Basque-Legion could be a real problem.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that's probably the set you run on it, unless you really want to catch people. If you do have rain, it'll work on there as a special sweeper, because I don't, off the top of my head, I can't think of a better special attacking swift swimmer in this generation.
Floatzel maybe.
Sorry?
Floatzel.
Floatzel has base 85 special attack. Golduck has 95. This is your strongest special attacking. Actually, you know what? I just realized it's a stronger special attacker than Kingdra, the preeminent special attacker in for Rain. So
Yeah, because with adaptability for sure. Because it's just 110, right?
No.
Or is it 100?
What, Kingdra?
Yeah.
95.
Is it 95? I thought it was. Oh, it's all 95s.
It's all 95s except its speed is 85. I think because just the comparisons to Kingdra. Granted, the typing's not as good because you got more weaknesses, but the comparisons to Kingdra make me feel like it could potentially. I don't know. I could see an argument for gold for this, but I don't know. I think this one's better.
I do agree. It's better than the male one.
Mike, any thoughts?
I think it's better than the male one because of the loss of last respects. The loss of a stab ghost move really hurts on the male version.
Yeah, the ghost female version doesn't add anything.
Yeah, the female version not having that problem is advantageous.
Also adds a ton of weaknesses that you don't really want.
Yeah, with no benefits other than I guess you have a poison, bug, fighting, normal resist / immunity.
You're neutral to all those, but if you're just a water type though.
It adds a couple of defensive type advantages, but offensively it adds nothing, and you're an offensive Pokemon at the end of the day. So I feel weird putting it in gold, but that's kind of where my heart's taken me on it. Any disagreements if I put it in gold?
I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not a hill I'm willing to die on. I think it's gold's fine.
I'll throw it there. Basculin White. Oh boy, I gotta pull up a thing on this because
color palette swap.
I think there are. So the biggest thing is this can hold Eviolite where the other ones can't. Which is kind of an interesting thing for it, because
it's like one of the worst. I mean, it's not one of the worst Eviolite users, but there's so many other things you could draft instead of this.
Yeah, but if the argument is this is better than than the other two Basculins, just because it can hold something that can make it more defensive.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, I'm not if. We don't have a slot for designated Eviolite user, so it's fine. I don't think it has any real move pool deficiencies. Still has adaptability, which is really all you're going to run. Rattled is kind of interesting, just because if you switch it on a U-turn or something, it gets a speed boost. I'm not that that's going to come up a lot, but it's kind of an interesting thing. But yeah, I mean, you're just gonna do you know what? As I'm talking through it, I don't think just the ability to hold an Eviolite increases its value enough.
I think the other two Basculins with Reckless and Rockhead, and both everyone has adaptability in this pool. I think that it's more of the same. It's just kind of. This one can hold an Eviolite, potentially. You're not going to necessarily choice band him, and maybe you're getting a little bit more out of it, but he's still, he's only got 70 HP and gets hit like a truck, so I'm not sure. Not sure he's really a gold or a silver mon.
Yeah, I agree.
And correct me if I'm wrong, White Stripe is the only one that learns last respects of the three Basculins.
Yes, but also that's banned, so it's fine.
No, I understand, but it's kind of the same thing with because it loses that, it loses some of its cachet against the other Basculins because it doesn't get last respects.
True, but
Yeah.
it's I guess well yeah, but I'm just saying it doesn't. I'm saying they're the same. It has more cachet just because it can hold an Eviolite, but otherwise it's in no way worse. The fact that it doesn't have last respects, I don't think takes away from it, since the other ones don't either.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Are they all? They're all 98 speed. That's faster than I feel like I remember them being. But yeah.
No, they're all 98.
Okay. So yeah, that brings us to Hisuian Braviary. Any thoughts on Hisuian Braviary?
It's kind of a monster.
Yeah, I like this one.
I think silver may be a discount, just with how Esper Wing works. Obviously in league play you can plan for Esper Wing, but it's you're still gonna suffer those drops. And unless you're just throwing a dark type in there.
Well, okay, just Esper Wing isn't Lumina Crash. Esper Wing gives you a speed boost.
I'm thinking of Lumina Crash.
Yeah,
that's right.
But still, no, I think this is, you have to have a dark type, otherwise this can get out of control because of Tinted Lens. Ghost, or steel types don't actually resist you. Other psychic types don't actually resist you. Tinted Lens helps you get through a lot of that. This feels an awful lot like Sigilif to me, with worse coverage. Like they both get Tinted Lens. Like the Sheer Force set, I think is really interesting because like Psychic, Hurricane, Heat Wave, only three moves you're gonna bother running. You're actually going to get a Sheer Force boost from, so that's good. But then you can't run boots. You're slow.
You could run a bulk up stored power set as well too.
I guess you could, but I feel like you would just run a Calm Mind stored power set.
Oh, does it get Calm Mind? Sorry, I missed that when I scrolled through its moves.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think that you have options with this. I say silver at worst, but I could see an argument made for gold.
It's hard to say. I mean, psychic types are very hit or miss in the league, like in the league format. Like sometimes they're great and sometimes they're just not. Like,
but I think by comparison to some other psychic types, though, having the flying psychic combo. Switching in on close combats it's no secret that's hard. Even if you have a resistance to fighting, having the 4x there it's pretty strong from having an ability to pivot into the game.
Yeah. Real quick, I just want to say, it looks like I have one watcher, Darren. If that's you, and you haven't given me a like, I think that's really hurtful. I don't know why you don't like what we're doing here. Is it because we went silent for 2 minutes so I could answer a phone call? If so, I think you're being petty.
No, that was the moment of silence before the start. All right.
Well, we started and then we stopped so I could talk to someone on the phone. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, but Hisuian Braviary, I don't know if I want to go gold with it. I do think it's good though. Let's look at what else is in gold. Like Star Raptor's there. I'm not passing up Star Raptor for Hisuian Braviary, I think. Magnezone is another special attacker in that tier. There's not a lot of special attackers here, I'm realizing, though.
Hatterene?
Yeah, Hatterene. I don't know if I can put it in gold. Like, maybe someone's getting a discount on it being
and maybe,
silver.
Maybe we're wrong, and somebody makes us look foolish, but, that happens.
But Zach's not here to make us look foolish, right?
I guess that's true.
That's usually the fear, is it's going to be Zach.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll throw it in silver. If there's a big uproar about it, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
We'll talk to Exploud.
Calyrex, still bad. It's an easy one. Carbink, I still Carbink has some utility, but that just makes it a good iron, an acceptable iron tier pick, and not worthy of bronze still, right?
Yeah,
Agree
no,
more.
Yeah.
it's draftable. It's definitely draftable, but yeah, no, I don't think it should be bronze.
So Chesnaught getting access to, and granted, I'm just pulling this is the Ranbat set, which I think is actually pretty interesting, is the Iron Defense Body Press Trailblaze Synthesis. That's a combo that I've seen on it that I actually think is really interesting. Also, Belly Drum Trailblaze is now Belly Drum Trailblaze Drain Punch is an option on it.
And you
He's
still
also
can
got the
run
ability to do a leech seed or a leech seed build.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can run the Spiky Shield Leech Seed. Like,
Does it get spikes, by the way?
ooh, it feels like it should.
It definitely should. If it doesn't, it does get spikes. Great, yeah. Like
Oh, yeah.
the defensive set is very good. There's that Iron Defense Body Press Synthesis. This one has Stone Edge on it that I think could also that'll hit your anything. Mostly everything that would resist fighting is going to take at least neutral damage from Stone Edge.
And I would argue too that its ability bulletproof is arguably one of the hardest to plan for because it's very hard to determine what is a bullet move.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Because like, first of all, I feel like Moonblast is too good anyways. At least make it affected by bulletproof.
Yeah.
Just a little.
I feel
thing.
like moves that bulletproof effects should have bullet in their description, and somehow Shadow Ball.
Yeah, you guys vamp for a minute. I'm gonna mute I'm gonna mute myself again. You guys can vamp for a minute.
Yeah, no, Chestnut, good mom. I like it a lot. But I don't know. You didn't mute yourself.
I mean, that ground turkey is definitely an important.
He can't hear us. He took his headset
I know.
off. Yeah.
This is what happened last time too.
Gotcha. A ground turkey's a good choice, though. Very healthy. How do you think ground Espathra would taste?
I think it would taste roughly. I think it'd be kind of mealy.
Mealy, yeah. Ostrich is kind of mealy. So, like, it's.
What did I just come back to?
Oh, you didn't mute yourself, so we heard your conversation about ground turkey. So we were discussing viability.
I muted myself on stream, but I didn't mute my Discord. Okay. Yeah. So Chestnut, I don't think the new toys it has bumps it up to gold, but I think silver's still appropriate.
Yeah.
He's a very solid Silvermon. He will be on a team, I think.
Yeah.
Might be on 2 teams.
Yeah, good point. Cresselia.
Ban it.
Okay.
Cresselia is
Just because I don't want to deal with it.
if not the. I think if we're gonna have it in, it's got to be platinum. The amount that Mon gains from Terra is insane.
Yeah, I do. So there's I saw a thing recently. It's Cresselia is the best poison type in OU because
Yeah.
to be able to beat it, you'd have to run a Pokemon. You'd have to run something with Psyshock, because now you can't. Because one of the ways to beat it before was Toxicate. If you have a Pokemon that has Toxic, you have to hope that it didn't turn Steel or Poison type. Yeah, I still feel like Cresselia is pretty passive because it did get it's not a Pokemon that was hurt too much by the nerf to recovery moves.
Yeah, you're gonna wish most of the time anyway. Like,
no, it doesn't get wish. You're running Moonlight.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
How about a gentleman's agreement that nobody draft Cresselia?
No, if it's there, I'm thinking about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's what we used to have a gentleman's
So
agreement.
here's
Nobody
the thing I
drafted it.
think about Cresselia that makes it dangerous is you can realistically I see in Ranbats all the time. You see things like the leftover set, and it's just trying to slowly, passively build up there. But it's beefy enough that you could realistically run it with a weakness policy Moonlight build where you throw it into the game, it gets instantly boosted, you Terra it, and it's immune to everything. It could be absolutely devastating.
Yeah, it's a challenging amount to deal with. I think Platinum's fair. I don't think anybody's gonna take it in Platinum, to be honest. I don't think it's, and if they do, I think it's gonna be underwhelming. But I do think it's got enough tools from the tier shift or from the generation shift to justify Platinum.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah. I've lost my ability to spell. I started typing Platinum. I'm like, I don't know if that looks right. Where's this I go? And it's a silent I.
Yeah.
Okay. Regular Decidueye. It lost Defog and Toxic. Or at least I'm pretty sure it lost Defog. I should double check
It
that.
still has defog.
Does it? Okay.
I feel like I've been running into defog, but I can look it up for you.
I got.
I'm
Oh no,
fairly
it does still
sure
have
it
Defog.
Because Dartrex still has defog.
Yeah. Okay. I just know a lot of stuff lost Defog, but yeah, I don't think it got any better. I don't think it got any worse. I don't think Terra helps it a great deal.
No, it's already got
That's
the
something-
advantages it needs.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think still Silver.
And I don't think the meta shifted enough to warrant a change. Yeah.
Ooh, Hisuian Decidueye. I gotta pull up its stats. The biggest thing is this is unfortunately slow.
Very slow. It's slower than regular Decidueye.
Yeah.
You
112
get
attack.
scrappy, though.
Yeah, that's the thing, because it's in my head. I'm drawing comparisons to Pangoro.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you will just Pangoro just because of Scrappy, but yeah, the Breloom typing is good. It's got decent bulk, so it actually is a pretty reliable resist to like Stone Edge Earthquake coverage. Does this one get Roost too? It does. Roost, knockoff, defog, triple arrows. Triple arrows is so stupid of a move. I hate it.
Yeah.
High crit chance, 50% chance to drop the defense by one stage, and a 30% chance to flinch. You're probably not flinching too much stuff just because of the low speed, but like this is actually a really cool defensive grass fighting type. When we just did another grass fighting type in Chesnaught, we put it in silver.
I mean, it's a very different mon.
It is. What's Chesnaught's base attack?
It's like 125, I think.
I don't think
It
it's
is
that high.
107,
107.
107. Oh wow.
but its
Well,
defense is 122.
Yeah. But I think Hisuian Decidueye has better overall bulk. Triple arrows can actually help you break down shit that you shouldn't be able to beat just because of the defense drop and crit chance. Scrappy helps you beat other ghost types, and you have knockoff.
Well, it also makes it so that you can't just dodge those triple arrows. He is literally built to kill a what's his name, Goldango.
Yeah, and this can definitely take the hits from Goldango reliably because it's got 8895 for the special bulk. Yeah, that's an interesting thought there. So Goldango can come in and block the defog, but then it's hit super effectively by triple arrows. That's very interesting. Okay. Because really the thing where I guess I'm waffling on is this a gold tier Pokemon?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think you still have ultimately he's a grass type. He doesn't have a crazy amount of HP. He's got more than, regular Decidueye, but he's slow. So it's you're putting him in he's not sweeping a team. You're not getting caught out by someone having
Honestly,
Decidueye.
I'm personally not looking him at like as a sweeper. I'm in my head comparing him to other defensive Pokemon in Gold. Like other defensive grass types that are in there are Amoonguss, Wo-Chien, who we haven't seen enough from, to be honest.
think you could argue
Rotom-Mow. Like, I think he's on the same level as Wo-Chien, Amoonguss, and Rotom-Mow. He functions differently, too different from Breloom to really do an apples to apples comparison.
I was saying Wo-Chien moved down. I'm not saying.
Okay, we'll add Wo-Chien to the heap here.
Can we get a live reaction?
That's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel Soon Decidueye, I really feel might be a sleeper hit in silver. I'm just looking at it on paper. I'm okay
I
leaving
don't
it
think
in
he's
silver.
worse. I think he may be arguably because of Scrappy better offensively than Breloom, whereas Breloom is better defensively because of things like Toxic Heal. So I think that you have the argument that he's kind of a different version of that Mon to put him in gold.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I kind of feel like you know what? If somebody gets a good discount on him in silver, I don't think they're going to win the league because of it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think we can probably hold off a season and kind of see what happens. But yeah, it's really, that's an interesting Mon on paper. Delphox. I don't remember if it got anything huge that was new. Maybe it got like did it have Nasty Plot before?
I think it did.
Yeah, it has Nasty Plot. Let me just go back and check if it had it in I guess Sun and Moon, because that was the last time it was a real Pokemon. It did not. That's a new addition.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean Nasty Plot definitely changes its usage. I don't think it got anything else super cool other than the access to Terra, which its typing's not great. Being able to switch to like Terra Fairy or something and run Dazzling Gleam, or switch to Terra Dark or something to get around Dark or Ghost moves, I think is pretty interesting. Those are the only biggest changes I can see. Its interaction with Terra and Nasty Plot. We had it in Bronze before. Man, I feel... You know what, though? I'm going to go ahead and say Bronze sucks right now. If Delphox is a good thing in it, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm kind of in wait and see. I think Delphox could be good, but I just haven't... I think we need to see somebody use it well before we move it up.
But, like... Oh, man. I'm the kind of the same way, but I'm just looking at other stuff that's in Bronze, other special attackers that are in Bronze tier. It's a little bit slower, but it's stronger. Is it bulkier? I was gonna say it's bulkier, but I'm not sure if it is. No, it's comparably bulky, I guess. But it's stat wise pretty close to Mismagius, except it's got dual stab, better coverage. And does Mismagius get Nasty Plot? I don't think it does. Or at least I haven't seen it much if it does.
Calm Mind, I believe.
I'll double check Mismagius. Not that I'm arguing for Mismagius to move down, but it's just I haven't seen enough of it to be sure. It does get Nasty Plot. Okay. But like Houndoom, it's faster, stronger, better coverage. Arboliva, it's not even on the same wavelength, so it feels silly to compare. Charizard, better coverage, faster, stronger setup. Like, I feel like it's better than every other special attack in Bronze by a significant margin.
I mean, I wouldn't be hurt if it went into silver. Like, it's...
Yeah. I just... Like, this one I feel like is one I want to get right, because I really feel like it's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
Because if you compare it to, like, the Indeedee, Iron Jugulus, is there even a fire type up here to compare it to? Gardevoir, it's worth... Like, it really feels... Like, Kyle was a big advocate for a long time for we need tiers in between tiers, which is more work than it's worth, but...
I mean, it does feel kind of like a borderline silver bronze mon, yeah. Like,
yeah. You know what? Let's go nuts and go with bronze. Any objections? Okay, sustained.
I think we need tiers between tiers.
Oh my God! Are you actually here?
He's been here for a minute.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were specifically throwing to him to come in there.
Oh no, I didn't know he was in here. Tears between look, it's objectively what we should have, but it's also just not something we're gonna do.
Oh, no, in a perfect
No,
world,
it's too much.
we have an individual value for every Pokemon. But
Yeah. But Kyle, nice of you to join us. You haven't been on ABL programming in quite some time.
Yes. It's been a minute. I didn't realize that you guys were recording a podcast. My bad.
No, it's good. It's good. We're live streaming it, so this was meant to just be an open discussion. So it's fine to see you pop in.
welcome.
Yeah.
Zenya's in the chat as well. I haven't heard from him, but
Oh yeah, I was just listening.
Yeah, all good. All good.
Yeah, I'll be returning for what was this, season 19?
Yeah, it's very exciting. Oh, you know what I should do? I should put the link to the stream in the Discord, like a good promoter.
I mean, you should be subscribed to the channel.
I should be what?
People should be subscribed to the channel.
Yeah, they subscribe.
Well, they would if he opened up every stream with, "Hey, everybody, hit that like subscribe button."
Yeah, that's my
hit
problem.
the bell so you get notifications.
Yeah, obviously, and also Darren is still watching this. He dropped into the chat, and he's still okay. Now he left a like. Somebody left a like. Thank goodness.
That was me.
I appreciate
I'd
it.
like to tell you about Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Get your free champion when you type in the promo code ABL.
I mean, you can do that. I don't know if it's any good,
Hey,
guys.
Where's our president of sponsorship at?
Yeah, Papcoon should be on that.
Oh.
We'll get around to it. It says 2 watching. I can't see who's watching though. Apparently, they don't want me to know.
One of them's me.
One of them's
Sure.
you, but I don't know who the other one is. If
You
one
say
of
that
them is
they're-
me monitoring this, that's silliness. Oh, Zeng's here now. Great.
Yeah.
Could you say that they're private eyes watching you?
Zeng, I can't help but notice you didn't like the stream.
Oh, I do love the peer pressure.
Yeah. I got 2 watchers and only 1 like. I can't help but feel like this is a personal attack.
Today's guilt trip is brought to you by Pokemon Showdown.
NordVPN.
Okay. Let's hop back to this. We got Diancie. I feel like it's appropriate in bronze. I like Diancie. Honestly, I think it might be a nice sleeper pick in bronze. It's got a lot of utility.
There was a part of me that was like, oh, Diancie, it's a beefy fairy type, and we don't have many fairy types. And then I realized just how many fairy types we're getting. I think it's appropriate.
Yeah, I think so.
It didn't really get a lot of new stuff, did it? Like, it's...
I don't know if it had Body Press was last gen, but we didn't see it. The Diamond Storm plus Body Press is really interesting because Diamond Storm can boost the Body Press.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do think that you have an argument can be made that the most often I see it is it's Terra fighting, and that's to get around. You throw in a Steel type, and you're no longer weak, and you're throwing a Body Press, but. It's never like a Diancie's in there and it's like, okay, well, I can't kill it.
Yeah.
I ran into Terra Fire Diancie the other day. That was weird.
I was just going to say, I feel like Terra Fire Diancie might be the way to go because you can hit the Steel types and you resist the Steel type moves.
Totally caught me off guard. Lost the battle.
Yeah. Oh, Zach's here. Zach, I can't help but notice you haven't liked the stream either. Now we got 3 people watching and still only 1 like. Come on, guys. This is humiliating. I'm never going to get sponsored by HelloFresh. Okay, thank you, Zach. Alolan Doug Trio. Okay, Alolan Doug Trio, long been heralded as not even the poor man's, the broke man's Excadrill. I think that it has Swords Dance now, which I do think is a big improvement. And it has Sucker Punch, like Swords Dance, Earthquake, Iron Head, Sucker Punch, or Rock Move, whatever you want to go with. I think Alolan Doug Trio is better, but I don't know if I want to bump
honestly,
to bronze.
Tangling Hair is a better move than Arena Trap is now. Being
I
able
don't agree with
to-
that, but
Well, I'm being able to, if you're putting it in against something that's trying to rapid spin on you, and have them not get the speed boost, it does have more utility, I think, than regular Dugtrio in that situation.
I guess so, but I still feel like saying Arena Trap is a worse ability than Tangling Hair is. I'm gonna say bold, and by bold, I'm just politely saying wrong. I just like. I don't
I'm
know.
not saying Arena Trap's not a good move. I'm just saying I think we've seen time and time again. It's because of the nature of what we're playing now.
Yeah,
It's not what it was.
It's because of Terra is the
Yes.
problem.
I mean,
I
it's
get
still
that.
I still think it's better than Tangled Hair. Like,
Yeah, but I guess that's not what we're focused on. Let's focus on
I guess
Alolan
that's- yeah,
Dugtrio
yeah,
as a
that's-
whole Pokemon. But yeah,
I just remember I've been trapped by Logan a million times with Dugtrio. It feels like so. It just
yeah, but you know, Terra mitigates that to a certain degree now. Is I think the big point there. It's a less
Yeah.
effective ability, particularly in League format. I get what you're saying, but just blocking the speed boost on a rapid spin is not enough for me to be like take the Swords Dance thing is the bigger thing for me. I think comparing it to the other stuff, I don't know. I think I like Alolan Dugtrio. I don't know. I hate.
it feels good typing.
Sorry.
It's got a good typing.
It does have a good typing, and also having if you want to put it on a sand team and like Tyranitar's here, Hippowdon's here, you know, Zach's favorite Hippopotas is here. You could go ahead and throw him on a sand team with Sand Force and Swords Dance, and you could kind of be a threat. I don't know. But I don't like moving Iron Tier Pokemon up to Bronze because I know we've had this Bronze problem the past season or two, where we want there to be better things here in Bronze, but I just
Do you think anyone drafts Alolan Dugtrio in Bronze?
That's the thing. Like it's really,
Yeah.
I think it's really enticing in Iron.
Yeah.
I think you're only hindering the person that's going to be drafting Alolan Dugtrio in Bronze by putting it up there.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
The one person that maybe drafts
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I don't want to discourage the person for taking a swing. No chance you're not taking it in Bronze, Zach. I think that's what he's saying.
I think you can leave him in Iron, and
yeah, let's leave him.
you can always move him up.
Yeah, strong Ironmon, not bad Bronze. Yeah,
some. It's like we always say, like something's gonna be the best thing in Iron. Like,
yeah, I think it's, and the thing is, I still don't even, yeah, it might not even still be the best thing in Iron, but it is like an actually exciting Iron tier Pokemon. I think those should exist.
I've always been a big proponent of if the Iron tier mon is overperforming, that it needs to get moved up. But I think over the years, I've kind of went back down on that because they're Iron tier mons at the end of the day. Like that's why they're there.
Oh,
they're overperforming because nobody expected them, not because they're like some great.
yeah.
We
And
see
you
it every
move it up to
time.
bronze. You move it up to bronze. You either hinder the person that's going to draft it, or it just goes undrafted.
Yeah, no, like
I think
the only things that have moved out of Bronze or out of Iron and been successful are things that got significant like move pool expansions or new moves or access to new abilities.
I mean, I think there's some stuff like we saw Piloswine get drafted season after season and used effectively season after season, and then it just had to move up. It's just market cost.
Piloswine's a fucking house, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's just an
like-
example. Like there were some
Yeah.
things that just kind of lived
Like-
in Iron, flew under the radar for a long time.
Like a good example. I don't know if after I left, if you guys moved it back down, but I think we talked about it. Is like Glaceon, for example. We moved it up to bronze, and
Oh, yeah. As
I
soon
don't-
as you confirmed it wasn't coming back, we didn't even discuss it. We just moved it down.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I do think it's a very good Iron Man, but like, yeah,
I mean, and I took it that season when it was in bronze, but I still think it was like over costed.
yeah.
yeah. I think that Yeah, I think I'm okay with stuff being a little bit cheaper until we find, unless we have a Staraptor situation or a Raikou situation.
Or a Blaziken situation.
Hey man, Staraptor is a good Pokemon.
Yeah, I know. We
Fucking
know.
really good Pokemon.
It's still it's back in gold. Kyle, do you have a link to this doc we're using, by the way?
I think
It's in the general chat if you want to.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. By the way, just as a side note, I threw all the Oricorios in the on the radar. Oh, should be on the radar to move up. Because I really like they have Quiver Dance is a big deal.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if all of them need to move up. I think some of them need to move up.
The discussion can happen is the bigger point.
Yeah.
Hisuian Electrode, I actually really like.
I think the grass type does a lot for it, actually.
Yeah, I like him better than regular Electrode.
Yeah.
He's definitely. Yeah, he's better than regular Electrode. A lot of comparisons have been drawn to Rotom-Mow because, I mean, the speed tier is crazy, and especially in League format, you don't need to run Timid. You can afford to run Modest, so the power difference is insignificant.
You also get access to like more grass moves than Rotom-Mow, which is funny.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
You're not pigeonholed into Leaf Storm.
Yeah, I think, and then also like a fast sub leech seed and Thunder Wave, and
you can be a terrain setter if you want to go that route. Like, you know,
does it get the terrain moves?
It gets both the terrain moves.
Oh,
or wait,
gross.
hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Grassy
like
terrain and electric. Yeah.
I like the idea of also running soundproof and just shutting down a Sylveon.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I think that's funny. Yeah, I think bronze, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that seems.
I honestly think it could be like it's not exactly the same amount as Rotom-Mow, but like a poor man's Rotom-Mow. Like,
yeah, I think that's probably the niche will end up filling. Compared to, because we have discussion to move Bellybolt, Electros, and Jolteon all down. Bronze is going to become your home for your niche electric types. Yeah.
Because everyone's gonna have a niche electric type too. Because
you need to have an electric type.
Yeah.
Okay, Enamorous Incarnate. Let's pull this one up because this is one of those ones where I think I've seen enough of it now where I get this. This is the contrary. This is the hands on the hips tall. This is the genie, not the turtle. The
Lando Eye, if you will.
So I guess we'll run through it for anybody who's weirdly listening. Sylveon is still platinum, Kyle. Yeah, there was a discussion on moving it down, but we thought maybe we were looking at it through nostalgia glasses, and nope, it's still good, especially with Terra being an option for it. But talking about a different platinum, a minimum platinum, I think, fairy type here. Enamorous, we'll run through the stats real quick. HP 74, attack 115, defense 170, special attack 135, special defense 80, speed 106. I think this thing is an incredibly good Pokemon.
Yeah, it's like fairy type Thundurus T.
Yeah, and it's got all the coverage it needs. Like Moonblast, Earth Power, Mystical Fire is pretty much plenty.
You don't get Nasty Plot, but you do get Calm Mind, which is kind of better because you want the extra bulk.
Yeah, it wouldn't mind having Nasty Plot, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but
no, you wouldn't mind. But I mean, for this Mon with like slightly weaker Spadef, it's only got 80 Spadef and 74 HP.
Yeah,
you don't mind that extra Spadef boost.
Honestly,
this thing is fucking insane.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like,
I know some people have been like, "Ooh, contrary." But running Superpower Play Rough, I don't think gets you more than just Moonblast, Earth Power, Mystical Fire.
Yeah.
So
that's good amount of coverage.
Yeah, I think it's perfect coverage.
And like really good speed tier at 106.
Like I expect this to be gone in the first round. I
think this could very well be the first. I don't know what the pick is, but
I don't have a pick order yet.
It's worthy of being the first pick. I would not be shocked.
Yeah, it's definitely it's gonna be good. I think it's especially with Terra. We still need to we need to vote on what we're gonna do with that. Actually, I guess we have more people here now. Kyle, I know you're new to it, and I don't know if Zach's listening anymore, but if he is, chime in. What are your guys' thoughts? Actually, Zach's not playing, so to hell with him.
No, I mean we've looked at Zach's thoughts.
I guess so. Thoughts on Terra? Do we leave it as is, or does it need to be reined in a bit?
Let's get rid of it.
Okay.
Ooh, bold take.
Bold take. So is this coming from a place of you think it's too good, or I haven't played in 3 seasons, so I don't know what's going on?
I haven't played in 3 seasons.
Yeah.
It seems like
Actually,
a better Z move. Like, I don't know.
Way better than. Oh, so Kyle is just You're just gonna get got 1 week, bro. There's nothing you can do about it.
See, that's like, what's the current ruling on it? I guess.
No restrictions. There's
Okay,
no restrictions
so
on Z moves.
if anything, it needs to be like how we treated Z crystals.
Oh, with 3, yeah.
Yeah, you nominate your 3 per week, and
So
wait, how did we do that before? It was just 3
You had
Pokemon,
3 for the whole.
and then you
had
could
3
use like
captains.
0.5 of a transaction in order to change it or something like that.
So I will tell you my official pitch for it. Well, I had a slightly more complex pitch last season, but I'm willing to change it because I understand why people didn't like my pitch. My pitch last season was just declare your declare your Z Pokemon at the
Terra.
beginning of your Terra Pokemon. Yeah, sorry, you got me all mixed up.
I did, yeah.
We were gonna do. I was gonna do basically any Pokemon can Terra, but your Terra types are locked basically when you would submit transactions. Now that's what they are. You can change them week to week for no cost, but your opponent will be able to plan knowing what type they could Terra into.
I think that's a little too pigeonholing it. I think it could work like Z crystals, where you just have your, let's just example 3 Pokemon that can Terra, and you can nominate them at the beginning of each week, and that's it. Your opponent just has to deal with those 3 Pokemon being able to Terra.
Personally, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no. So this is, I like this idea for the main reason is you kind of reveal like what part of your team is going to be. So you are giving up something to get the Terra as well, but then you can also throw the head fake and just not bring one of those mons, which would be weird. But
yeah, I mean,
think,
yeah, go ahead.
I think the argument against having it be that broad, where it's all your team, is who was it at the beginning of one of the matches where it's like there's a Dragapult and a Garchomp, and it's like, I know full well that if you're planning for a Dragapult, he's probably Terra Fairy. I don't think that knowing that necessarily coming into planning really matters. I think where you see it, if we're gonna actually rein it in where it's less impactful on the game, I think you have to restrict it to, okay, you know what, you can pick 3. And so if you're bringing a Terra Fairy Garchomp, then I'm going to think twice when I make my play with my Dragapult. And that's gamesmanship. But like, if you're running a Dragapult every single week, you're just planning for, you know what, they're going to have Terra Fairy on something that has a dragon move.
Yeah,
but the sweet thing also is if say your opponent is planning for Terra Fairy, dragon Pokemon, you could just bring a different Terra, like that could actually like neuter his team just as well.
And then I would also say that like I didn't do this very often just because it took a while to kind of figure out how people were doing it, but I can say in my championship match with Jabron, it was just like, okay, this is a situation where Terra can come up. I'm gonna switch and scout for Terra. Like it's a really advanced thing. You can lose a lot of momentum just scouting for a Terra that is kind of really niche. I think having any Pokemon be able to Terra into any type is so broad. It's like if every Pokemon was Mew. Like, you don't know what moves a Mew can run. So it's like, or Silvally. You never knew what type Silvally was going to be. You basically just don't plan for Silvally. You basically just don't plan for Mew because you can't, because there's too many options. I think Unlimited Terra is a little bit in that vein.
I think if you're able to switch it between week to week, which mons they are, it kind of like also tells your opponent, like, I could be bringing these 3 mons like to the battle. You can prep for that. Or
I don't think there's anything wrong with switching who the mons are,
Yeah.
but I think
Yeah,
having
no,
it
I
restricted
completely
to
agree.
3 or
I-
something like that, I think it makes planning okay. I can count on either all 3 of these are going to be there, and it's going to be a little bit unpredictable which one you're choosing, but at least I could plan for it on those 3. Or if only one of those is there, it's like, okay, that's what it is. And I think that's the advantage
yeah,
there.
I was just referencing that because in the past, when we did Z crystals, we had to spend transactions on changing that, and I think that was a little bit too limiting. But
Yeah.
I think we were also scared of the
Oh,
power.
yeah.
Yeah, we were
rankings.
just like, oh no, we don't
Yeah.
want to. Good throwback. With Z crystals, we're just like, oh, this is gonna be too powerful. Just being able to pull out a nuke and be able to customize your coverage week to week. This is definitely more powerful, and we have it even less limited. And I don't think it's beneficial. I feel like there were so many times last season where people didn't take a KO that was right in front of them because they were afraid of a Terra, or somebody makes a really good double switch to get a good matchup and then a Terra negates it. And I don't think, I don't know, that's not really, Terra feels a little bit too random to me. I don't personally enjoy it being unrestricted.
It makes the game more chance based than skill based.
At least it
Just gotta
feels
get rid
that
of
way.
it.
I mean, I feel like though I feel if we limit it in the way Kyle's talking about, I do feel like it could be still a very fun part of the game. Like I don't want to get rid of it entirely.
Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and say we're gonna shut down the Terra talk for now. We're gonna vote on it because we still have a lot of Pokemon to get through.
Jerem, you're out of practice. Terminate the Terra talk.
Okay. Enamorous T. This one is the turtle.
This one's also very good.
This one's also pretty good. Same move pool is the big thing. Overcoat is the ability, so basically no ability. HP 74, attack 115, defense 110, special attack 135, defense 100, speed 46. People are running this as like a super poor man's Magearna with Calm Mind, Draining Kiss, Earth Power, Iron Defense, or Substitute if you want to avoid status. Seems like a pretty good set. I don't like. This one's not as good as the other one.
No, definitely not.
No, not at all.
It's pretty good though.
It is still pretty good. Yeah, I have a hard time putting this in. It feels weird to put it like it's objectively worse than the other one, but it's also like I don't think it's gold.
Yeah, no, putting it in gold, I feel like I think it's too good for gold.
Talking about my trick room carry.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, if you want to run Trick Room, yeah, it's.
This reminds me of like Hatterene, kind of like.
I feel like it's better Hatterene.
It's different Hatterene.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't like Hatterene doesn't get it doesn't get Iron Defense or Earth Power or Magic Bounce is actually a real ability. It doesn't have this bulk. It's too different to really draw comparisons.
Yeah.
Like
man, if this thing got like stored power,
oh, it'd be so good.
It'd be poor man's Magearna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw a platinum. I don't think that's super controversial. Glasstrier. We had it in silver before. It hasn't gotten anything new or lost anything really. I think we can still leave it there, and we'll still never see anybody take it.
Yeah, fair.
Hisui and Goodra. This is an interesting one. You know what? I have the viability rankings open up here. I want to kind of scan and see where Hisui and Goodra lives. Because I just don't know what this thing is doing. Like, anybody have thoughts on Hisu and Gudra?
I mean, one of the best typings in the game, obviously.
Yeah.
And like just absolute beast special defense. Like it's a good mon. Like I would say like gold.
I feel like gold is hold on, Gudra. Okay, not there. Control F. It's not in UU. Holy crap, where is this Pokemon?
It's in UU.
No, it's not.
Oh no, it's OU. OU. I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah,
not.
no, and I mean the main set on Smogon is the OU set.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I'm just by usage. I don't know where it lives because
Monotype as well. Interesting.
Control F Gudra.
I'm Control F and Gudra on all the vibe. You know what? This is stupid. I'm just gonna go to Pokemon Showdown and open it in the team builder.
It's got a pretty interesting almost any abilities set too with Regenerator.
Hisu and Gudra. Oh, it is in UU. It just wasn't on. It's just apparently not viable because it wasn't on the viability rankings. That's interesting.
Gets usage though.
It's UU by usage, but is not used in UU. So it's gonna drop to RU next tier shift. So like in a week, and Gudra has usage there, so it'll just replace Gudra probably. Okay, now that experiment in insanity is done, let's take a look at its stats here. So pretty much the same stats as Gudra. I don't think there's any. It's slower.
Its defense is
and
higher.
its defense is higher. Gets Sap Sipper just like before. Shell Armor, so it can't be crit. This has led to a lot of people running Iron Defense. Or not Iron Defense. What's that move? What's it get? Acid Armor. Acid Armor, Body Press, Heavy Slam, Rest. You can probably go with Rest, or just Rest Sleep Talk in Body Press, Acid Armor. Like I think it's I don't know. I'm so torn on it because it doesn't blow me away. I'd personally just rather use regular Gudra.
I was gonna say I feel like regular Gudra is better than this. Like it's okay. Obviously, its typing's better, but you miss out on the. I don't know.
Is the type okay? You know what? We say that because we talked before about how like because with Duraludon we're just like, oh man, I'm so looking forward to this this new
Fair
typing
point,
on
Aaron.
Yeah, but like so it gains 2 weaknesses. So I guess it's weak to fighting and ground, where regular Gudra is weak to Dragon Ice Fairy. So it's got more resists, but I kind of
It's
would
still
prefer the
higher.
resists that regular Gudra has over what Hisuian Gudra has. I don't know. I think they're both in gold, right? Is that or the
I
other
don't-
one is?
I think wherever regular Gudra's at, you could probably put this Gudra and it'd be fine.
Yeah. I just I want to like
there's
this more
not-
than I do.
There's not that much of a difference between the two. You're just trading the pure dragon for steel dragon for some more resistances and a little bit more special defense, but
Yeah.
I think it doesn't even. I think it's just
I-
a little more fizz def. It doesn't
Yeah.
even get stuff. Yeah.
oh yeah. And it doesn't even I don't know. It doesn't seem like it should be like a tier higher.
Yeah.
Oh no, I agree.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Mike dipped out. I didn't even realize. I'm not getting notifications from. I'm not getting
Discord.
noises from Discord. Oh well, that's fine. Heatran still platinum, no questions.
Yeah.
It did get a little bit worse because it doesn't have toxic anymore, but it's not enough to drop it. Hoopa, regular Hoopa. I guess there might be a discussion to have about Unbound, but we'll. I guess we'll just vote on that sort of thing. We don't really need to do it here. Regular Hoopa didn't really lose anything. It's got all the coverage and the crazy special attack that it did before, and it's in a metagame where there's no pursuit, and also it can change types if it wants to. I think it's still gold.
Yeah, 100%.
Inteleon. Logan is he's scared of Inteleon just because stats wise.
it's a pretty intimidating mon on paper, but I kind of think it is a bit of a mon on paper.
Yeah. So
If that
yeah.
makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
No,
but,
I get you. 125 special attack, 120 speed. Those are great. It's only got an almost any ability thing here, which is dumb. But
Is
I
it
mean,
adaptability?
it's Primordial Sea.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hydro Pump, U-Turn, Mud Shot, Ice Beam, Surf, Shadow Ball. I'm fascinated to why it would run Mud Shot even in this crazy metagame. Allows it to break through Desolate Land, Iron Moth. Very smart. Very smart and relevant.
I bet you that's like a calc that somebody spent like days figuring out,
I
like
mean-
trying to figure out how to like combat Iron Moth with this.
I need to make my Intellion
Intellion.
useful.
Yeah, like
Here's the thing, like, you don't have a lot of options because also it lost like, you don't run Sniper anymore because it lost focus energy.
focus energy. Yeah.
Like, unless you're running, so now you have to run Snipe Shot plus Scope Lens, which still doesn't give you a guaranteed chance to crit. So why wouldn't you just run Choice Specs? Yeah, I think, I don't know. There's also Swords Dance Aqua Jet if you want to be weird. It gets U-turn. I'm trying to let's compare it to other stuff that's around there. Like,
In silver.
yeah, I mean, it feels like Talonflame without the utility, but more offensive. So that's not a good example.
It doesn't have any boosting, right? Like,
Not special.
yeah. It's kind of like a water Noivern.
yeah, but Noivern gets
more
utility.
attacking. Yeah, I guess that's true. Noivern's more utility but it's weaker.
Like, the closest thing I'm seeing in this tier, like the most comparable thing is honestly like Metacham.
That's
Just because in terms of like, because a Scarf Metacham is just gonna hit hard with its stab moves and outspeed most things. Like, I guess Jolteon, but we're also considering moving Jolteon down, but also this thing has better coverage than
Yeah.
Jolteon.
I'm fine with leaving it in silver.
Yeah, I kind of want to leave it. I don't know, Kyle, thoughts, or Zhang, if you do have thoughts.
Or Italian.
What was
Yeah.
that?
What were we
Right.
discussing? I just got back.
Oh yeah,
For Inteleon.
we're talking about Inteleon. You got any strong thoughts on Inteleon?
Let me see.
I think honestly it's probably fine in silver. There's no reason to move it up or down. If you move it down, it's gonna be one of the best bronze type.
I agree. I would totally take this in bronze.
Yeah.
That being in bronze for 120 speed and 105.
Okay.
Especially like as we've discussed, we still kind of have this bronze issue where like there's not a ton of great things there.
Yeah.
It would really shine and stand out in bronze.
Like, I basically just picked up. If this was in bronze, I would just pick this up and just go Switch Tag, Hydro Pump it, and like I don't think anything's living on Hydro Pump crit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to Iron Leaves. This is something we didn't have before. Grass Psychic type, which is a little bit unfortunate. HP 90, attack 130, defense 88, special attack 70, special defense 108, speed 104. Why they made this slower than regular Virizion, I think, is stupid.
Because he's iron. But
He's not made of.
Yeah, but
he
he's
just
still
looks
not a
like
HP.
iron.
Faster.
Why couldn't
they got really creative with these names, by the way.
Yeah.
Man, I really hate what they did with the future Paradox. Just give them names like the past Paradox Pokemon.
Yeah. The past Paradox ones I think are cool.
Also,
They're
you know
all-
what? When this person announced, I thought it was gonna be Grass Iron. I'm like, Grass Steel. I'm like, oh, cool. Wow.
Yeah.
If it was
Iron
that
isn't
this
steel
is
though.
cool.
Iron isn't steel. Thank you, metallurgist Kyle.
Senior metallurgist.
Yeah. So, okay. This thing's obviously your physical attacker. You're running Leaf Blade, Psyblade. I also wish that this. I kind of wish this. If this was Grass Electric, I think it'd be awesome because also Quark Drive would give that boost in electric terrain, and then they would obviously then make Psyblade like an electric move, which would also give it a boost in electric terrain. It would just like I wish this worked kind of a little bit more harmoniously with the terrain that it's supposed to function in. But like
Yeah.
the grass psychic makes you want to Terra it into an electric type, but then you're running Terra electric. It's this is a messy Pokemon. I don't know.
Like worse Virizion. Like
It's very
It's
different. It's so much more of a.
it's
a
so much
hammer
stronger
regular
than
Virizion.
Virizion, yeah. Like, and like Leaf Blade and Psyblade hit so hard. It's got like Virizion doesn't exist in a timeline where you can Terra also, so that's something to consider.
And it's a little, this is a little bit more bulky on the defensive side, right? Am I correctly?
Yeah,
on the
regular Virizion has like 70 defense, I think.
Okay, so yeah, this is a little bit
yeah,
bulky
and this
there.
is a little bit worse on the special defense side. Like the typing is unfortunate. We've seen like Celebi's a very good Pokemon that has this garbage typing, but it has a little bit.
Celebi has all the utility in the world. Though.
Yeah, it's
This
got a lot more
Does
utility.
not have that at all. This is you're running your 3 attacks plus Sword Stance probably, and
Or maybe choiced. Yeah.
or choice, and that's about it.
Yeah. I don't know. Silver. I feel like Silver, or I mean, it is strong and it's
That's just-
decently fast.
This
What
doesn't
would
get Trailblaze, does it?
Good question.
if we were to put it in silver? I guess could we compare it to?
Does not get-
other
or it
Pokemon?
does get-
Oh, it does get
Trailblaze.
Trailblaze.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think. With Trailblaze and Swords
And-
Dance, I feel like it has to. Go.
You're not running SD
Yeah.
Trailblaze.
I guess it's. I
Why-
mean,
I was
Dude,
just
come on,
doing
why
it
not?
despite Jeremy. I was
You
doing
can
it
do
despite-
it. I just don't think it's good. You're running
Uh,
SD Trailblaze, so you're running SD
S-
Trailblaze, and then
SD Trailblaze, Leaf Blade, Psyblade. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
you're running Double
Sure.
Grass.
Yep.
Okay, Kyle,
Bronze.
I know you've been out of the league for a while, but running double stab is not very good, particularly when it's grass type that you're running double stab on.
Dude, I
Um,
used to run double stab all the time. All right.
you ran on physical grass types a lot.
Definitely not that.
Interesting.
Maybe
Yeah.
dragons, but that's about it.
Yeah, maybe dragons. Maybe you're running like Scald plus Hydro Pump on something.
Yo.
I did that.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're not running Trailblaze Leaf Blade. We need to be honest with ourselves here.
It's probably silver.
Yeah, I think
I'll be
gold or
real.
silver. If you know what, these are just preliminary tiers. If somebody
Yeah.
has real strong feelings about it, when I put them out, we can change it before we draft.
Yeah, like when we had strong feeling about what was it? The Salamence one.
Oh yeah, Roaring Moon.
Yeah.
Which I gotta remember we gotta vote on. Okay, Cleavor. Really interesting here because Kyle, I'm sure you don't know, and maybe somebody watching this doesn't know. So it gets is it 90% accurate? I don't remember how strong the move is. Maybe it's
90%
like
accurate. 90% accurate.
yeah.
it's
Stone
it's
Axe.
65.
90% accurate, 65 power, sets stealth rocks.
Yes,
What
there
the
you go.
hell?
Yeah.
What's the
And
problem?
you get your turn.
Hello?
And also, something to keep note. There's also a new ability in all this that I know you don't know about called Sharpness, which boosts cutting moves by 50%. This is a cutting move, so it's effectively like a 97 base power move.
Yeah.
Stone
so,
Edge without the crit, but you're setting stealth rocks instead.
Yeah.
That's
like-
before stab.
There you go. And it's more
That's
accurate.
And you get CC.
Gold.
Yeah, that seems fair. Also
I-
gets X
you
scissor,
know the
which
cool thing is he also gets sheer force too.
you can run sheer force,
Yeah,
which means
yeah.
yeah, but that's
I think
worse.
it's weaker though, isn't it? Yeah.
Because you would instead of running Stone Axe, you'd run Life Orb, Rock Slide, which would be
Or Stone Edge.
It'd be. Let me pull up a calculator real quick. How much of a boost do you get on sheer force? At 30%? Yeah.
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 Okay,
30%.
1.3 times 75. It's the exact same power.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. So
I guess it would be what bug move?
I don't
Bug
know of a
was?
bug move that gets sheer force. Okay, but physical.
True.
I
Struggle
don't.
bug?
I don't know of a physical bug move that gets boosted by sheer force.
U-turn, baby. No.
No, terrible
X
guess.
scissor does
struggle.
not.
Oh, that's right. That's special move.
X scissor is sharpness boosted though, so that's another skitter
there's
smack.
like
I guess.
no reason to run this as. They needed to give it a physical bug move. What the hell?
Pounce.
Like they did give it a physical bug move. They gave it X scissor,
that
so
could
it's
be
sharpness
sheer force
boosted.
boosted. What
You
the
don't-
hell?
Why
are
do
they
you want it to
doing?
be sheer force? Now you have to run life orb and you can't run boots. Stop making this Pokemon worse.
Yeah, this has to be gold because it's one of it's going to be one of the premier stealth rock setters.
It's
But also, like 85 speed. You can run it as a Scarfer.
you
Yeah.
could I think this thing is a pretty decent Scarfer, heavy duty boots, choice band. If you wanted to run, like if you wanted to be really
Right.
aggressive, you could run Life Orb, Swords Dance, or you could run. I just don't think there's
Run
any
it,
reason to run
like-
Sheer Force.
Focus Sash
Run it.
Swarm.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You were gonna say that?
I was gonna say focus stash.
Oh, no, not with Swarm though. Okay.
No, that's ridiculous. Why would I do that? I had
Interest-
the other sharpness Pokemon last season.
Yeah.
I know of the sharpness.
Sharpness is good. Okay, so Cleavework Gold, pretty
yeah.
okay. Landorus I. This is the Landorus with Sheer Force because we're not Sheer Force. We're doing Sand Force because Sheer Force Landorus I is banned. This is a fake Pokemon. We'll still put it in gold.
Yeah.
Actually, it gets Nasty Plot now. I guess we have to think about this for at least half a second.
I think it's still fighting.
It's
gold.
still a
Nobody
fake
even
Pokemon.
drafted anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
You literally drafting a mon that doesn't have an ability.
Yeah. I mean, look, you could throw this on that Sand team, but I don't
Sure.
think it's yeah. Landorus T, Platinum, no discussion needed.
Yeah, fine.
Hisui and Lilligant. Okay. Kyle, education time about Hisui and Lilligant. You ready?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. The grass fighting.
Yeah. Yep.
Take a look at the
Yeah.
move Victory Dance. That's the big
Victory
one.
Dance raises the user's attack defense speed by what the hell?
Isn't that fun?
It's like oh god,
It's like Quiver
like
Dance, but physical.
Well, it's like anti V create. Like
V Create drops both defenses and speed, so
I guess
it's not
it's
quite.
not. You're right.
Yeah.
This is literally just Quiver Dance,
It gets
but physical.
it's also a fighting type now too, so it gets stab close combat.
And it gets
Oh.
Hustle.
Yeah.
And you can run it as a Sun Sweeper.
Yeah, this is a Pokemon where if it hits its moves, this is like
Dude,
This
this
is-
is a Kyle Pokemon.
this is better Durant.
Ooh,
You know, this is a better. No, this is
I
a,
do love me some Durant. I can't.
what is that song Pokemon?
Meloetta?
No,
Yeah.
I think that's
this is really similar
It's better than
to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
This is like Tyrantrum.
I mean, this is gold at worst. Like I could see an argument honestly to be made for Platinum.
No, I think its base stats are so low to begin with that like
And also, like, you're gonna miss moves with Hustle. Like,
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah,
that's basically what was whole. Yeah, okay, we'll go gold.
I'm
like you're
looking at-
you like what you have to run wide lens on it.
You don't
Like,
Yeah.
have to, but people do
yeah,
because they don't
but-
want to.
Yeah.
Because I think it turns like with wide lens and then after hustle. I don't know how the math works, but what I assume it does is it will turn your attacks into like 82 accuracy.
Mm.
Um,
See, as long as you just hit every head smash, you'll win the game.
that's true. Is anybody on Showdown real quick? I just want to test something.
I'm not. I can navigate.
I just want to challenge somebody just so I can see how this works. I just want to try doing it and see how it works out.
go ahead and send it to my regular account then.
Okay.
What kind of team is it?
We'll just do OU.
Okay.
Because I just want to see if it calculates how.
I have no teams. Why do I have no team? Oh,
You could-
restore all backups.
Okay.
I-
Find a user. East Dakota State. Open
I have no team.
challenge. You can if you have literally 0 teams.
I don't know what's happened. It's like all my, here. I'll just. All right.
Also, switch it to a hustle too.
Yeah. Oh, did I not?
No, you're on the chlorophyll.
Oh, good looking out. See, this is why we stream things. So that way, when we make mistakes, Zen can catch us on it. Ice Spinner.
Go ahead. I have a Pokemon. I have 1 Pokemon or 2 Pokemon now.
Okay, great. Challenge OU. Oh, I actually have an OU team, so that was confusing. Okay.
Close combat, ice skill.
Yeah. Did you get the challenge?
I did. I forgot that they won't let you just have Pokemon with no EVs anymore.
Oh,
Oh, usually they warn you like, "Hey, you don't have your EVs," but they don't say like, "Hey, fuck you, put EVs on it, idiot." And granted, I know they don't say that explicitly. That's the subtext.
Oh, one of the random moves I clicked was Baton Pass. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh my god, the music's on.
Are you using a new device? Is that the problem?
No, I don't know how to turn it off.
There's a microphone up in the top there. It's fine. It's not coming through on the thing. We just need to
do some calcs.
Oh, there we go. God damn. All right, sorry guys.
It's all good. Just click
all right.
any Pokemon. Okay, so close combat. It says 88% so I thought Hustle was down to 75% accuracy, so that's better.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
I think gold is probably a safe bet.
yeah, I think so too.
Because it calculates the hustle first, right? Yeah, it calculates the hustle first. And then.
Yeah, so all of your moves are 88% accurate if you run the wide lens, which I think is probably a fair trade-off for the ridiculous power, because all you have to do is hit moves and you win. Like, you don't need a life orb boost or anything. You could have one, but that's just greedy.
I mean, you can be a full. You just full gambler and just go, yep, I'm just gonna hit everything and just run choice man.
Yeah. Meloetta, I think, is still fine in bronze. I think we already kind of went over a lot of the special attackers in bronze. I think Meloetta fits in there.
Yeah.
Mesprit is... I don't remember. I feel like there was a podcast recently where I kind of gushed about Mesprit. It's not a Pokemon you want until late in the draft when you realize it's everything you need.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think I wouldn't want to put it. It's not good enough to go in silver, and it's too good to go in. I think it's exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah,
I
think it's like always been in bronze, and it's always been just like can be a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
but I think it's good. Yeah.
Okay, Mew. Big changes with Mew. It lost all of its utility moves. It gets no recovery. It might still get hazards. But yeah, it doesn't have Heal Bell. What else did it lose? It lost Defog.
Lose Roost?
It has 0 recovery moves now.
The only real return move has is Draining Kick.
Yeah. Draining Kick, probably Drain Punch too, right? Yeah. Giga Drain, stuff like that. But no reliable recovery. So if you're running Mew now, you're running the offensive sets, or you're running... Let me double check. Does it still have spikes and shit? Okay, it still has spikes, toxic
Yeah,
spikes.
It has spikes and stealth rock.
So
Yeah.
you're like lead.
Yeah, you're running Suicide Leader setup.
Yeah.
Does it get Dragon Dance still?
I believe so.
It does. Okay, so you have a couple of setup
You have
options.
some setup.
But I don't think it makes it as broken as it was before, because...
Yeah, you just can't sit there and just boost.
You have Swords Dance and Nasty Plot as well too.
Yeah. I
But
think...
you have like, you could also be, don't you also have like Calm Mind Stored Power as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
So I think really the discussion here is, because this is Platinum versus ban. Like, I feel like it's enough to be unbanned. Does anybody feel
No,
otherwise?
Right, so I guess I'm looking at it differently. I still think it's like a really scary sweeper. Like,
But I think Platinum is appropriate for that.
yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I do think that there is. It's
Because
good.
you're not just sitting there spamming roosts and just setting up.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, games will be over quicker, I suppose.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with Mew being platinum personally. Oh, Moltres is actually worse now. I want to put that down into bronze because
No roost.
no, well, it gets roost, but no defog.
Oh no, defog. Sorry, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's honestly like I just
Like,
don't know
it
why
is-
you use this over like Talonflame.
Yeah.
I think it. Oh, it also lost Scorching Sands.
I don't know. There's more just didn't get me left.
Like yeah,
Have a good
Yeah,
regular
I
access
honestly-
now.
And it's the fried chicken you left out for too long.
yeah. No, like no defog, no Scorching Sands, no Toxic. Not that it was a huge thing to have Toxic, but that's enough for me to move it down. I'm saying bronze.
Well, Toxic helped it get like through like some of the bulky matchups.
Yeah. So let's go ahead with that. Galarian Moltres never had Toxic, so it never lost it. It changed nothing, literally nothing about it changed except now it has the ability to Terra, so I don't think it's worse in any regard.
I think keep it silver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alolan Muck lost Pursuit. I don't think he-
Wow, has it been that long since we had a Alolan Muck?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Let's double check.
I guess we had regular Muck though, right?
Yeah, we've had regular Muck. I don't know
Yeah.
if it lost, and like that's the biggest thing. It lost Pursuit, but I don't know. I think everything else it has is pretty much the same. I would be
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I'm kind of okay with this if it were to bump down to bronze. I
Bronze.
mean, I guess that's where the dark poison types go, right?
Yeah, typically that's where Drapions always existed. I feel like.
Yeah,
That's where. Oh, whoops.
because it lost one of its best stat, Dark Blue.
Yeah, actually, does it still get knockoff? Does somebody mind checking
Yes.
that?
Yes, it still does get that.
Okay. Yeah, so that's still good. But I mean, I think the biggest thing was you brought it in on your psychic and ghost types and then you pursued them after you like trapped them with the assault vest. And I don't think it does that as well anymore. I think that was the best thing about it. And it can't do that, so yeah. Overquill. So another dark poison type. But getting Swift Swim and Liquidation and access to Terra and Intimidate, I think Silver's probably appropriate for this one. Does anyone feel differently?
Yeah, because it gets toxic and toxic spikes.
Yeah, like I thought Quillfish was honestly kind of an underrated thing in bronze, and this is like Quillfish turned up.
Yeah, it's definitely better Quillfish. I'm fine with it in silver. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. So we'll go ahead and silver.
Although, I mean, Quillfish does get better as well because you can run Eviolite.
Oh,
Well, Hisuian Quillfish you can.
Yeah.
I guess it's such a move. It's also pretty good too.
Yeah. Alolan Persian. I think this was so this lost knockoff, which was a nice thing about it, but it didn't lose too much of anything else. I think the speed, parting shot, fluffy stuff like that makes it pretty cool, but I think bronze is still probably appropriate for it.
Yeah, because it won't. I don't think you're gonna be playing. It's
Yeah.
just it has a really nice speed step, but all the other stats are like subpar.
Yeah, I always really liked running assault vest on this and running like fake out foul play U-turn, but typically knockoff was on there.
Yeah,
Um,
if they came in to do
Sure.
one thing and just knock stuff off and then leave.
I would like
Yeah.
to see another Pokemon to the on the radar to move down.
okay.
Mousehold.
Oh, 100%. Yes,
Oh,
thank you.
yeah. I remember some of those matches.
I was just looking. I'm like, where's Mousehold on this list? We talked about Mousehold.
Oh, Kyle, I want to talk to you about Mousehold. I want to get your unedited opinion on this. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mousehold. I'm going to read you its stats first. 74, 75, 70, 65, 75, 111. Okay?
Okay.
Nothing impressive.
Okay. No.
Gets Technician as its ability.
Okay.
but 2 moves is all you need to know about this Pokemon. So it gets Tidy Up, okay? Which is basically Dragon Dance plus Defog in 1 move.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the other thing that it gets is a move called Population Bomb. This thing also, so Population Bomb, it hits up to 10 times. It works like Tail Slap, how they have to make separate accuracy checks.
Okay.
And once you miss, so it's 20 base power, so Technician boosted. So if you run a wide lens, you have a 99% chance to hit all of them. So 20 base power, Technician boosted. So it's basically a 300 base power move.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Oh, you died to Rocky Helmet.
Yeah, it's a contact move, so you die to Rocky Helmet. But it's interesting because it's kind of a scary sweeper if you don't have a Rocky Helmet user or a Ghost type, because then otherwise it has to run Bite.
Or
Yeah, his other best
King
move is
Bite.
his best move is Bite.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Somehow
Like-
this Pokemon has all those advantages that Jerem just mentioned, and we want to move it to bronze.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
here, I just want to show you, I'm going to send you this screenshot here just so you can see this is just so you can visualize the move, the set it runs.
Yeah, Bite is the best move because it's Technician boosted.
Yeah.
It has crunch, but like there's more power. You use Bite because it's Technician boosted.
Yeah. It's a weird Pokemon. Some people are really scared of it just because of the 300 base power stab move. So I guess After Stab's like a 450 base power move. And it's +1, but it's still +1 off of a 75 base attack. I wonder what that calculates out to. Why am I doing? We're spending too much time on Mousehold Bronze. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
happy with being bronze.
Hisuian. Sorry. Go ahead, Kyle.
No, I was just saying he's not that big
Yeah.
a deal.
Hisuian Quillfish.
That just goes in iron, right?
No, I mean, I think it has all the benefits of like Overquill that we just talked about. Plus, it can be bulkier because of Eviolite. And
the
it's
Dark Poison types go in bronze.
the Dark Poison types go in bronze, right? Yeah, I think it's the only problem is it's hamstrung by the fact that it pretty much has to run an Eviolite, but it's better than regular. It's just as good, if not better than. Like the typing's different, and I guess so. That's the thing you're going to be doing.
Like you still get access to liquidation as a coverage move. Like
Yeah. We'll go bronze. Like I'm just debating like you could shift it up, and it would make sense. You could maybe make the argument that regular Quillfish could go down, and I would get that, but I think we'll just leave it there for at least a season.
I think the Hisuian Quillfish is better because it has Eviolite over regular Quillfish.
Yeah, it is, but I just don't know if that's enough to move like regular Quillfish down.
Yeah.
I think it's probably a better pick in that tier, but
Quillfish and Iron is like one of the first Iron Mons that goes. I think. 'Cause,
yeah,
like,
I agree.
very good. I think it's still a good. Like, I think they're at opposite ends of the bronze tier. Like Quillfish is kind of a lower mid bronze pick, and like Hisuian Quillfish is like a top bronze pick, I would say.
Yeah. Alolan Raichu, so it doesn't have expanding force or rising voltage. So it still gets that speed boost. It still has the pretty good coverage in like Focus Blast, Grass Knot, Surf, Thunderbolt, and it gets Nasty Plot and Volt Switch.
But there's not a lot of terrain setters now, right? We also got the 2, right?
Yeah, so even if you did have terrain, it still doesn't get rising voltage. So I don't know. I don't really want to move it down. Because I think we have Jolteon probably moving down to bronze, and I would still probably take that over Jolteon.
I agree.
I mean, Jolteon, yeah, okay, we'll leave it in bronze.
Yeah, because you're right. It did lose rising voltage.
Regidrago. What do you guys have thoughts on Regidrago?
Not really. Like,
Zeng?
Sonic the Pokemon, I don't think I've ever
It's
considered
just a
using.
big HP guy that just dies.
Yeah.
What's it at right now? Did we move it down to silver?
Silver is where it currently sits.
It's probably fine in silver. If you
Okay.
move it
Well,
down to
I'm also just saying, like, with all the new fairy types we got, it's just like this thing is dying.
Yeah. Does the option of terastallizing kind of move the needle for anybody?
no,
No, because
you're terastallizing such a niche Pokemon already.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not any more than it moves it for any other Pokemon, I would
Yeah.
say.
I'm pretty sure he terrestrialized Regidrago
Oh,
into a
thank you,
steel,
Jerem. I'm
into
glad
a-
you did that.
into a steel type, and you still take a shit ton from Moonblast.
Yeah. Regieleki's banned. I don't think there's any reason to discuss it.
Oh no, it's God.
Kyle, just in case you're wondering why, imagine
He
Regieleki,
left.
but Kyle left?
He dropped out of the Discord.
Oh,
Huh.
I lost it. Oh, am I?
No, it's fine. I never liked him much anyways.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
maybe he's still watching.
He could be still. It still does say one watching, but that could be literally me on this.
No,
page.
it's
Oh,
me.
I'm not.
I-
I've got it paused because I didn't know how to.
I have 100%.
Great.
Oh, he
thank
did
you.
write. I need to drop in the chat.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Good.
but,
Then
like,
we don't have to spend time on that.
yeah, because it's just like nothing else beats it.
Yeah.
It's gonna get at least one thing off.
Yeah, like you'd have to run like Choice Scarf to Suing Electrode, and even then, I'm not sure you kill it.
No,
I don't think
'cause-
so.
No.
Oh, well,
So
I,
Electro's only got like 80 special attack.
I want to check, even though it's stupid to check. Electrode, Hisui. Oh, this is almost any ability. Why do we have that?
It's such a weird metagame.
Aftermath, we'll go Reggie, Aleki, Uber dual screens. Even the you're not running that. Well, you know what though? In league format, well, I don't know. I guess in this specific matchup, you're probably making sure you stay ahead of Hisui and Electrode. Let's do this the right way. You're assuming timid Hisui and Electrode in this matchup, so you're probably. Can you afford to run Modest? You can. Oh my god, it's so fast.
Wow. What about Choice Scarf?
So if you wanted to run, I think if you're making the set for Reggie, like if you're actually doing this in practice, you're running Modest with 136 speed EVs, and you still outspeed timid max speed Hisui and Electrode. So that means you can dump. What is that? 120-ish?
Yeah, 124, 28. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say 124. Close enough for Jazz. And then so that means in this timeline, somebody's planned really well for you, and they're running Hisui and Electrode. They are going to run Choice Scarf. But they can probably afford to run Modest to outspeed even the max speed Regieleki. They do have to run Chloroblast to guaranteed KO. Because Leaf Storm doesn't do it, it looks like.
Yeah.
Um,
That's it.
yeah, Leaf Storm doesn't guaranteed KO. So they'd have to. That's crazy. Or they'd have to, terrastalize into something else. But yeah, Regieleki needs to go. That's 150 base speed, and it can still outspeed and run Modest and HP investment. Fucking crazy.
That's assuming the player is also like dividing up their EVs like this.
Yeah, that's assuming like appropriate counterplay.
If I ever hear somebody goes, yeah, I just ran 252 speed, I'm like, why did you do it?
Yeah, I feel like we should assume if we're gonna discuss these things, that they're not being used by somebody who doesn't know. Like, we're not assuming like, yeah, but if Wes drafts this, we can't put it in like we can't have a separate tier list for each person. Like if
Yeah,
this person
each
drafts
person.
it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
Rillaboom.
Rillaboom's plat.
Well,
still
it doesn't
plat.
have Grassy Glide anymore.
Yeah, but like, I feel like
It's still what like the only main terrain setter, and like
Who-
it's still
but
very
Who,
strong.
who cares if it gets grassy terrain? Who's using grassy terrain? The only person who's running grassy seed is like Halucha, I guess.
Mm.
but I
I
feel like
really-
I feel like dropping into gold is a bad.
Does it get U-turn? I don't think it does.
It get used turn, yeah, it still gets used turn.
It got it before? I bet. Like, how come I don't remember this?
Yeah, it still got U-turn, it has knockoff. Best stat move is
Yeah, it does. Okay.
drum beating now.
Why is it? Oh, that's in Nat Dex. Okay. I mean, it gets Woodhammer, but yeah.
Yeah, but I think overall, I think you're going like if you're going utility, I think drum beater is better because it reduces the speed.
Like, I'm inclined to say. I'm inclined to say gold because I do think like the combination of this plus an unburdened mon is a little bit of a concern, but I don't think this is worth a platinum personally.
I kind of agree with you. 85 speed is very limiting. Like,
Yeah, if it's like, and also Grassy Glide, not that I think it's going to make a big difference, but it did get nerfed from last gen.
Yeah, maybe you could try gold, see if it gets like overrun. Because this might just change later on too.
oh, anyway, yeah, no, I agree with you, Zeng. Like, I think gold is appropriate though. Like, I can't justify keeping it in platinum though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, we'll just see if somebody abuses it. Something like
yeah, no, I do think it makes Halucha viable again.
Yeah,
Like, because Halucha hasn't really been viable. We haven't seen anybody draft it.
no,
last
because
couple
it's like
seasons.
he's a one trick pony. Honestly,
Well, yeah, but like, yeah, it's a really good trick though.
it's a really good one trick pony though. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we'll continue without Jerem. Samurott, regular Samurott.
Yeah, it doesn't got much going for it. It got nothing like new.
Oh yeah, it's bad. I think iron. We had an iron before. Oh, I can't edit this doc. Never mind.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. I think that's where it belongs. Sorry about that, guys.
No, you're
Now,
good.
his Cillian,
Brett
Samurott.
suggested platinum. I totally agree.
Yeah, no, I think this thing's gonna be such a threat.
yeah, because
Like,
it gets sharpness with a move that set up spikes.
Yeah, like
this is like a better Sharpedo.
This is the opposite of Cleavor. This is your water dart type orb. Basically, yeah.
Also, like, I'm just envisioning a world in, I mean, not in this season, maybe in season 20, whenever we get, like, move tutors in the DLC, that this thing gets, like, flip turn, too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and like it already has like it also gets like Sucker Punch, Taunt, Aqua Jet, so like it beats most leagues. Like,
Yeah, this thing has, like, the perfect move pool. This
Also,
is another...
Skull gets knockoff. Like,
Yeah, this is another mon that's going to be... Yeah, the thing is, though, you don't even want to run knockoff on it, because you just want to run Ceaseless Edge.
oh yeah.
yeah,
It's wild. Like, this... And also, the other
Is there
reason
any
this
week
is...
where you're running both knockoff and ceaseless edge?
I think you're specifically looking to knock off an item or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, I guess that
Like
would be
little
it.
Croc gets taken by somebody.
Well,
Yeah,
because
like if
also...
this is your only knockoff too, if this is your only knockoff, you'd probably just run into it.
Yeah, you have to be desperate to get rid of an item because sharpness boosted ceaseless edge is the same power as knockoff and it sets up spikes and it doesn't
Yeah.
weaken over time. So yeah, this is going to be a first round mon in both drafts, no question.
Yeah, it's like this one and like Cleavor, I feel like, and then the fairy. That
Enamorous.
yeah, Normanus, yeah.
Enamorous.
Yeah, I put Suin, Sliggoo, and Iron. I'm surprised it's on the list. Galarian Slowbro didn't really gain anything.
No.
Galarian Slowking did though,
It's
because
got chilly reception, right?
yeah, because before this guy didn't get access to teleport, and granted, nobody has access to teleport anymore. But now this does have a slow pivoting move. I think this is an improvement. I'd be willing to bump it up to platinum personally.
It is a really good, like, it's so good. It just eats like attacks so well.
Yeah, this didn't lose anything, and it just gained chilly reception. I think
Yeah,
that's
it,
personally
like-
enough to put it to platinum.
Where do we have regular Slowking in platinum?
Good question. Slowking, was it here last time?
I don't think we.
Oh,
had
it was in gold before, but this is a better
Oh.
typing, I think.
I think it's no. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't know. It is
Yeah.
a better typing.
It's a better typing. I mean, honestly, you know what? I kind of want to discuss. We'll circle back to Slowking
Regular
moving up,
Slowking.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you bring up a good point.
It just feels a little weird to put them in different tiers. I don't know.
It does because I don't think they're too different. I do
I mean, they're
think
different typing. Like you're gonna bring them in on different different mons, but like, yeah.
yeah. Real quick, I'm gonna pause my audio on the stream so I can blow my nose, but you guys are still gonna hear it.
Excellent. Excellent.
Sorry, my nose has been dripping for like an hour, and I've been struggling with that. Okay.
Oh, dude.
Hisuian Sneasel, excuse me, is actually really good. Bronze might even be like.
Is this the classic trap where we put Sneasel in bronze and nobody ever takes it? We put Hisuian
Speaking
Sneasel?
of which, regular Sneasel needs to be discussed moving down. It's bad now.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I thought we were
Um,
talking.
Yeah, we discussed it, just wasn't on the list. So I mean, Hisuian Sneasel, I think is. I'm gonna pull up its stuff here just to make sure I'm not talking out my ass, but
Well, its best poison move is Gunk Shot.
like
Pretty good poison move.
Gunk Shot, Close Combat, Swords Dance, Night Slash. Apparently, it runs Trailblaze quite a bit, which I think probably makes sense with this. You know, its abilities aren't really helpful except for Inner Focus, so it can't be intimidated. But this is like I think everything that Toxicroak wants to be.
I kind of agree with you.
Yeah,
like,
it's a better Toxicroak.
Yeah. Like, and the thing is, Toxicroak, you know what? I guess since we're talking about it, Toxicroak's in silver. I think we should at least talk about it moving down.
I agree.
Well, because Toxicroak like this is basically Toxicroak without an ability.
Yeah.
more-
Toxicroak does have that going for it, and Toxicroak also has Sucker Punch and Drain Punch, which I'm not sure this gets Drain
It does
Punch.
not get. Yeah, it does not get it.
Yeah, I think Toxicroak, they're different enough, but I also think that this might be better. I'm going to double check Toxicroak's attack stat. Toxicroak's got 106, so it's off the rip stronger. It's got dry skin, so that gives it an immunity. And it's got Sucker Punch, but it doesn't. It actually has worse bulk just because it can't hold Eviolite.
Yeah,
Um,
and
I don't
like
know.
the speed is just really cheap.
They work different, but I don't think. I don't think one's better than the other.
And I honestly I love that you have Switcheroo to trick a Choice Scarf onto something as well.
Yeah, that because this could run. You could run this Banded, or actually, does this get U-turn?
doesn't.
No, it doesn't, because the grown-up one gets U-turn. It gets Toxic Spikes too. You have a lot of options with this. I like this mon a lot. I'm now realizing the more I'm gushing over it that if we're saying I've been on the warpath to move Toxicroak down for a long time, and I'm starting to realize maybe Sneasler or Hisuian Sneasel just needs to be silver along with Toxicroak.
Yeah, we can try it. Because I felt like bronze is too cheap for it for what it
Yeah, like
gives.
it's going to be a hot commodity in bronze, and I would still take it in silver.
I don't know. I don't know if I would personally take it in silver, but like I can see your point. Like, it's stuff. I think it's a bit underwhelming in silver, but
Yeah,
I feel like it's better than Toxicroak. I feel like we could put it in silver and still move Toxicroak down. Honestly,
you know what? This is one of those. This is one of those things where it's a preliminary tier. So I'm gonna put it out, and I'll put Toxicroak back on the list here. And we'll just kind of we need to get feedback from people because
yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I do agree with you that this is better than Toxicroak. Like,
okay. Sneasler
I think-
is
Fuck.
Sneasler is so.
dang.
It's ban unless we ban Dire Claw, in which case I think it's just platinum. But I don't know how people feel about that.
Yeah, because it's basically better try attack, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I'm gonna
What if you
Yeah.
run this with Rillaboom?
say that again.
What if you run this with Rillaboom? Unburden.
Yeah, Unburden,
yeah,
Grass
I mean,
Disney.
yeah, you could run Rillaboom and you turn into it, but I mean, like we've seen people do that with Hawlucha. It wasn't a world-ending thing. I think
Yeah,
it's
but like we have to ban Dire Claw, right?
yeah, like this thing shouldn't be in the league if Dire Claw's around.
And it's the only thing that gets it, so it's not an issue there.
And
like,
also, to be
Yeah.
fair, like pairing Rillaboom with Unburden is the only reason, in my opinion, Rillaboom is gold. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to tax this thing more because we didn't move Rillaboom down. Like, I think we already we indirectly taxed it by putting that price on Rillaboom.
And like I usually don't like straight up banning a Pokemon. And like if we know the issue is like a move because we banned moves before,
Yeah,
moves and items before.
like I kind of feel like look, I think yeah,
I'm totally fine with just banning Dire Claw. I do think it's still very dangerous.
yeah, well, this one is 100% going to be put up to a vote. Or Dire Claw is going to be put up to a vote. If Dire Claw's, I mean, I guess it'll be a 2-part ban. It'll be
Yeah, Dire Claw,
ban Dire Claw,
Claw.
ban Sneasler. Just ban both. Ban Dire Claw, keep Sneasler. Or I'm not even putting the option to allow both because that's insane.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. No, it's one or the other.
Like, it's more even a factor of like it's just not fun.
Yeah,
Like it doesn't add anything to it. Just makes the game worse. It
Yeah.
makes the game less fun. Like
yeah.
Yeah, a 50% chance to sleep, poison, and paralyze on a 100% accuracy move.
Yeah,
it's 80 base power stab, so it goes to 120. Like yeah, no, it's
yeah. And just you can run Poison Jab or Gunk Shot, so that way Gunk Shot is just more powerful. Poison
And then-
Jab, it still does the
and then
same
what?
calcs. So
And then what? You switch in a Steel Tide to block that, and then you just die to a close combat. stab
yeah,
next
this thing's
turn.
still very good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because Steel Tide, yeah, because you bring in Steel Tide, the Steel Tide's not outspeeding this, so like you're
Yeah.
dying to a close combat.
Tauros lost Throat Chop, so it's back to like not being able to hit ghost types, except with like so
Especially like ghost types are like more prevalent than ever.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So Iron's still fine for this guy. The Thundies,
Thundies,
the biggest
I
thing that these got is like Terra flying, so they have a flying stab.
I think they're probably both fine to stay in gold.
Yeah,
I
both
kind
lines
of agree.
go.
Okay, cool.
Like they didn't get like any big game changers.
Yeah.
Tornadus Eye doesn't have defog anymore, but this one that wasn't like
You really
that wasn't the big sexy option for it.
no.
I don't know, but no knockoff, no defog. Let me pull up Torn Eye here just because maybe I'm forgetting some stuff about it.
Was Torn Eye ever gold before?
No, I think it was always
No.
silver.
It's always been the clearly lesser of the
Why is
four.
this run? Oh, this is doubles. Okay, so it can't be flinched.
It's a bad sign when you're only set on Smogon as a double set.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, hold on. Let's think about it with a singles mindset. It gets nasty plot. Unfortunately, all of its flying moves are inaccurate, and that's its only stab. So you're running. Oh, man, all of its moves are inaccurate. That really sucks. Because you're
Yeah.
running Focus Blast, Heat Wave, Nasty Plot, Bleak Windstorm, or Air Slash. Um, yeah, it's a little under. Silver seems fine. Honestly, if there was somebody who felt really strongly about it being in bronze, I don't think I'd fight him on it either. Like-
can you even? I mean, I don't know. You can't even really do anything other than what you described with it either. It's so very limited.
Like I used to see a bulk up acrobatics with a chesto berry and what's another physical move you could run on it?
You could run Body
Takedown,
Slam?
Thief.
Oh,
But then if you run Thief and you gain an item back, then oh well, no, this isn't Unburden. So but then you lose your acro boost.
Jerem, you can totally run Thrash. All right.
And Bite and
Yeah.
Brick Break and Crunch.
I saw Brick Break. I just scroll
yeah,
right past.
Down, baby.
I kind of want to throw this in Iron. I'm so unimpressed
I'm-
with
I
this.
don't-
Or not
I'm
Iron.
okay-
Sorry,
I'm okay
Bronze.
I'm
But-
okay
I
with being
don't think
high.
it's that bad.
No,
I
sorry.
think it's still usable. I don't know. I'm kind of like, if it stayed in silver, fine. If it went down to bronze, fine. It doesn't seem like a Pokemon anyone's gonna draft.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm gonna put it in Bronze, and if it tweaks people's interest on the on a preliminary tier review, so be it.
Okay. This is just be like when you're higher, like bronze.
How long have we been streaming for? Over 2 hours. Nobody's gonna watch this. Torn-T.
There's only a few left.
Torn-T lost knockoff, toxic, defog. Those are the things that's 3 out of 4 moves on basically every move set you would run with it.
Yeah.
This is such a kick in the dick for it.
It really changes how it functions, like, completely.
Yeah, like no knockoff and defog means the support set's gone. Sure, you can run like, is this Nat Dex? No, I guess you like now you're running the same stuff we talked about on the other one, where you're just
You're
running
running like you're running it as a pivot, or you're like, you can set up with it, but
like yeah, you're I think we could move it down to gold, and I don't think it's not super
Yeah, 'cause
annoying.
It lost defog and all that.
Yeah, let's pull the
And
trigger on it.
I'm fine with no
Yeah, 'cause what-
toxic either.
Its best move is what, Hurricane and Bleak Windstorm now.
Yeah. And then-
Hurricane's slightly stronger, but yeah, Windstorm's
Yeah,
slightly
I think
weaker.
the move set that is the scariest on it is Nasty Plot, Hurricane, Focus Blast, Heat Wave.
Heat Wave.
Wave,
Yeah.
Which is like 90% accuracy moves, and you're like hoping to hit those.
Yeah. Typhlosion didn't gain anything new, so I think it's fine in Iron.
Yeah.
Hisuian Typhlosion though.
Hisuian Typhlosion's a little bit. It's okay. So I'm pretty sure it's a little bit slower.
It's five base speed slower,
yeah,
but it's a 10 base special attack stronger.
yeah, and then it's got a little less
little bit
bulk,
less,
but who
yeah.
cares? Like you're
It's just he has no ability to help him, you know.
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, let's.
I don't know. Frisk is it's not a great ability, but I mean, you can run
It's
it.
It's-
it's
It's worse than like because it still gets blaze, but it's worse than flat. Why is it? Oh, it's worse than flash fire. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. But
Um,
is it worse than Blaze?
No, you're running. I think you're running Blaze. I don't think you're. I mean, I guess league format you might want to run Frisk.
first, yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're gonna scarf this thing and run it as like as like an anti-lead.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're still doing most of the same stuff that you're running Choice Scarf Eruption, Fire Blast for when you're not at full. You get Stab on Shadow Ball, which I guess the other guy didn't have. Because I don't think Infernal Parade, its signature move, which I believe is like just a fire type hex, pretty much.
Yeah, it's exactly
Oh no, it's
what
Ghost. It's
or ghost
Oh.
type hex.
It's Hex, but it has a 30% chance to burn. So if it's
And
Lava Plume
then-
and a Hex had a ghost type baby.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Okay.
we
yeah.
know what I don't know. Is it if it's like the Scold, the 30% chance, then yeah, it's great. But
Yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah, it's not reliable enough to run in place of anything else, I don't think.
I might try it. I might try it this season, see how that feels.
I'm-
and,
Yeah,
like,
no,
getting-
I think it's. I think that just because of the speed tier and the ghost fire, though, like I think it's fine in bronze. Like, I think it's
yeah, I
useful
I
in-
might pick it up and just mess with it, maybe. But like,
Like I feel that's the thing. Like part of me is just like, oh, it's dual type, so it should be bronze. But I honestly don't think it's better than Typhlosion. I think it's different. I just don't think it's.
yeah,
So we'll see. Ursaluna Platinum. I don't think it's bannable, but if anybody wants to,
very
we can.
good.
You know
Yeah,
what?
no,
Well,
Ursaluna?
it was it was surrounded enough controversy preseason. Yeah, we'll vote on it.
Yeah,
I
mean,
but I do think Plat.
it's so
Uh,
fucking strong. Like,
yeah, it's definitely.
oh,
Plat,
sorry,
'cause
Jared, you're gonna be demonetized.
I think if it was,
I
I
need to
think
be
this-
monetized first.
I guess that's true.
yeah, I think the main factor is slow. So like, you can kind of play around it, but like,
Yeah, I mean,
Basically, ground normal Conkeldurr is what it is.
if someone goes all in on a Trick Room team, this becomes
dude.
scarier. But I still think you're paying platinum price for this.
yeah.
100%.
What is
I
it?
feel like this is so scary that like if somebody's gonna take this, they have to build their team around it.
Yeah.
Like is the kind of
Which-
how good it is.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just like better Diggersby, basically.
Oh, way better,
Yeah.
way stronger.
Yeah.
Like
Gus-
this is what this is what
40.
Diggersby should have been, basically.
Yeah, I think so I'm good with that. Urshifu Rapid Strike, they banned it in OU, just like Swords Dance and Punching Glove does put it over the top, I think. Just because Punching Glove, the way you beat this a lot of the time in the past was putting a Rocky Helmet Mon in front of it. Now that doesn't happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and say ban.
I mean, I'm sure I'm fine with voting to ban on it. Yeah.
I don't think like there needs to be. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and ban. I don't think it's super controversial. Yuxi,
We never got regular Urshifu, right?
we didn't before, but I think it got benefits in this new gen that it just can't be ignored.
Yeah.
Yuxi's Yuxi. Volcanian's Volcanian. I don't really feel that those need to change.
Yuxi, the lesser Mesprit.
Volcanian, now the only Pokemon in the game that gets Scald.
It still gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only
That's-
one.
Neat.
It's back to his being a signature move.
Yeah.
One of his signature moves.
Wait, didn't it? I thought Steam Eruption was its signature.
It had
Yeah.
but now it also has Scald as a signature
You
move.
can't have two
Yeah.
signature moves. You can't
That's
have two
not true.
signatures.
Other
That's
Pokemon have two signature moves. And you're gonna say who, and I'm gonna figure out who in a minute.
probably like it's got to be something newer.
Signature moves, Pokemon. Let's see. This is what a waste of time. Beedrill, Twin Needle. Oh no, that's only one signature. Oh,
Oh my god!
in the first 3 generations, Rattata and Raticate were the only Pokemon to get Super Fang and Hyper
Yeah,
Fang.
Hyper Fang.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, let's see. Da, 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 da. That's
Yeah, Hyper Fang, Super Fang, yep.
In Gen, what is that? In Gen 7, Alolan Exeggutor. I guess the Exeggutors got Barrage and Dragon Hammer. Oh, Marowak, Bone Club, and Bone Meringue.
I guess that's true.
And it used to in Gen 2 and 3 had Bone Rush, but then what's it
That's
called?
been shared.
Yeah, but now Lucario gets that.
Yeah.
It says Mega Kick on this list for Hitmonlee, but that's just not true.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, no, it was a TM in the original generation. You teach it to a whole bunch of.
Well, it's interesting because it's only listing Mega Kick as a signature move in Gen 2, 4, 5, and 6.
That's such a weird Why those gens specifically?
Probably just because it wasn't a TM. It was a TM in those other ones, and then it wasn't a
gotcha.
TM okay.
Well, all right, that's
What a
whatever.
dumb thing for me to be wasting time on. The Porygon line gets conversion and conversion 2. Those are signature.
Obviously, I was wrong.
Eerie Spell and well, it says Eerie Spell and Chilly Reception, but that's shared between both Slowkings and Galarian Slowking, so that's not 2. Conversion 2. We
Yeah.
already talked about that. Man, there's so much more on this list.
Mm.
Hariyama, until this was true only two generations. Smelling Salt and Arm Thrust.
Yeah.
In this most recent gen, Kyogre's the only Pokemon that gets Water Spout in Origin Pulse.
No, Wailord, that's right.
Currently, Lucario is the only Pokemon that gets Vacuum Wave, Bone Rush, and Meteor Mash. Soon to change.
Mm.
I'm blitzing past a couple of these because some of them are stupid, but yeah. But I think we've put enough things in there. Oh, and actually, Zygarde's a perfect example. Land's Wrath, 1,000 Arrows, 1,000 Waves, and Core Enforcer.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It gets 4 signature moves.
Well, it has like 4 different forms.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, wasted enough time on that. Walking Wake Platinum. Yeah, it's good on its own.
It's a water dragon. It's a water dragon typing.
Yeah, like there's part of me that thinks
Like Tatsugiri, right?
Yeah, that's the comparison we're drawing. This is like, I feel like this is Latios plus Kingdra.
Yeah.
Lingdra, if you will.
And then if you're in if it's in Sun, fine.
Okay. We're gonna vote on. I'm gonna skip around a little bit just to streamline this. We're gonna vote on Zamazenta. I think that there is because it's still allowed in OU. I think that there's enough.
That's crazy, by the way.
Yeah, I kind of agree too, but I think we'll just at least, what?
What the suspect's going to be about next week?
What was that?
Do you think that's what the suspect's going to be about next week?
Everyone seems to agree it's actually about King Gambit.
Really? I saw something that might be about Sneasler.
I'd be fine with that too. A lot of people seem to think King Gambit, which I think is kind of out of nowhere because it wasn't even on the radar. But Zamazenta, you know what? I just want to go ahead and say ban. I don't really see a place for it in League format. I think being able to choose because before it's like, if you need to know what you need to get past and you can on your opponent's team, like you need to know this is the ghost type, this is the thing I need to bring to counter it, these are its potential terras into ghost type. Like I think you can get around it too easily with the rest of your team makeup. Zapdos is still platinum despite losing Defog and Toxic.
It's still very. I don't.
Like the Roost decrease in PP. I don't know. I still think it was a very good platinum before. I think it's a less good platinum, but I don't think it's gold.
Yeah, it's just losing Defog's a real kick in the teeth for it because it's like it was such a great clear. Like
yeah. Galarian Zapdos. The only thing it lost is Throat Chop, which I do think is significant. But I don't think significant enough to move it to silver. Right? Yeah, I mean, the only way it gets ghost type now is like with Brave Bird. You can't hit him super effective.
Or Terra Dart.
Yeah. Like I don't think even with the loss of Throat Chop though, I don't think I can justify moving it to silver.
No, it's still very good.
Yeah. Zarude. Did it lose jungle healing or some shit? Because I just feel like I don't see that anymore. It's still, that's.
No, it's got it. Oh, it's.
Did it get worse or something? It's got 10 PP, so that means it can go up to 16. I don't see it as much anymore. Well, I mean, I guess it's because I only played Rainbats mostly. But it gets Crunch now instead of Darkest Lariat, which is
Fine.
kind of a side grade. It's not worse. It gets Swords Dance. Yeah, this is a little bit better, and honestly, I was impressed with it before.
No, Kyle used to be really good.
Is it gold worthy though? Because it was silver before.
Uh, 'cause these are dark grass.
Pretty bulky too. Like
Yeah, and it's got a
a
good
lot of
speed tier.
weaknesses,
It
but
does.
like
Yeah. I don't know.
being-
I kind of like it.
being 4x weak to U-turn isn't great because like
Yeah.
the thing you're gonna bring in and against it are Scarfers with U-turn preferably. Like
Yeah, but it can also be able to U-turn out. Like I think that it's pretty versatile. I don't know. It's tough because I actually kind of like this one.
this is the kind of mon that like if Zach was in the league this year, I'd worry about leaving it in silver a little bit more.
I don't know. You know what?
I'm fine with like putting it to gold. It's very good. Like, and you kind of swung me on it, Jerem. Like, Dark type's pretty good.
Yeah,
And,
like I mean, I guess the biggest difference between this and last gen is Swords Dance. Is Swords Dance enough to bump? And also, I think it was used well before. Yeah, let's bump it to gold.
yeah.
Yeah.
If people feel strongly, we can always like if the three of us are just in the minority on this, we can always move it back down. Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like this thing is so really fine, but we'll have the vote on it.
Okay, let's swing back. I skipped it, but Weird Ear. I just at least want
Bronze.
to. I like bronze or iron. Because like with Intimidate and 103 HP, defenses are 72 and 75. It's not great. It's got decent coverage. It's got stuff like, Earthquake, Psychic, Megahorn, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt. Trailblaze. It's got physical and special psychic moves. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's something there for it, but
Does it get any like does it get bulk up or like no,
I don't think it gets it. Calm Mind is the only setup I'm seeing.
It's disappointing. Like if it got Swords Dance, I think it'd be
Yeah,
It'd
I
be
got
interesting.
Sword Dance on Nasty Bot to like increase one of the sets.
Calm Mind, Stored Power, Agility, those are all on there, but I still don't. I think you're probably just trying to use this to kind of bulk boost. I don't know. Like, my. Do we want to entice people by putting it in iron, or do we just want to like?
Is this that enticing in iron? I guess is my question.
I don't. I still probably not for me. I think there's other things
Yeah.
I'd be more
Yeah,
interested
we can
in.
go. Yeah, we go iron. Yeah, we can go iron.
Yeah, no, like
Yeah.
I don't like I like Weird Deer. I think I like the design of Weird Deer, but like I don't think I'm drafting it.
But if, like
Yeah.
this is your psychic mods from iron, I'm like, oh, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. And then Hisuian Zoroark, I think, is the last one that we really need to look at here, because, so 3 immunities, and it's only
Yeah.
weak to dark.
Resistance, bug, and poison.
Like, I have never been too high on illusion because I think it's pretty tricky to use, but also that many immunities makes it like you need to be pretty adept.
And it's faster than Zoroark too.
Yeah, and it's got great coverage. Shadow Ball, Hyper Voice, Flamethrower, Focus Blast, Grass Knot, Trick, and U-Turn. I think it probably also gets Sludge Bomb, I would imagine.
And, I think this
Does.
is something to be said for it because it gets U-turn. You have the ability, like it gets multiple moves that a lot of Pokemon get. You have the ability to extend the illusion for longer if you want.
Yeah, I think you can sell for a long time, and even if you just look at it on its base of like, even if you imagine it didn't have an ability, at 110 speed, 125 special attack, the move pool it has, I think it's. I don't think we can put it lower than gold.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think it's better than regular Zoroark.
Yeah, it's a better Zoroark. The
Yeah.
Zoroark is silver, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, this is just a better version that has immunity, so you can play, like you said, play with the ability longer.
Okay, so we're gonna just run through this kind of on turbo real quick, and anything that you feel like could go either way that you kind of want people to like take a look at, because like, hey, maybe we got this wrong. Let's just kind of call it out. Hisuian Arcanine in gold. I feel okay with that. I don't think that's controversial.
Nope.
Okay. I'm just gonna go on speed. Stop. Like, I'm gonna go fast. Stop
Yeah.
me if you hear something you don't like. Articuno, iron. Galarian Articuno, silver. Hisuian Avalugg, iron. Azelf, gold. Basculegion, female, gold. Basculegion, male, silver. Actually, I'm gonna put an M next or an X next to both of those. Except it's not showing up because Brett probably.
What was Azel before gold? Silver?
Azelf was always
That's
gold.
always been
What was
gold.
gold?
Yeah.
Was it platinum at one point?
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe not.
Basculegion White Stripe, bronze. Hisuian Braviary, silver. Calyrex, iron. Carbink, iron. Chesnaught, silver. Do we want to highlight that or no?
I don't think so. I think it's fine in silver. Like
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
Okay.
I'm in the minority on that. I think it has a lot of utility, but like it doesn't have a lot of high end value as a gold pick. I feel like it's wasted in gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cresselia Platinum. I do think some people are going to want to talk about that, so I'll highlight it. Decidueye Silver, Hisuian Decidueye Silver, Delphox Bronze. I'm going to highlight that one. Diancie Bronze, Alolan Dugtrio Iron, Hisuian Electrode Bronze, both Enamoruses in Platinum, Glastrier Silver, Hisuian Goodra Gold, Heatran Platinum, Hoopa Gold, Inteleon Silver. I'll X that one. Iron Leaf Silver. I'll X that one. Cleavor Gold, Landorus I Gold, Landorus T Platinum, Hisuian Lilligant Gold, Meloetta Bronze, Mesprit Bronze, Mew Platinum. We
Probably should
have to
vote on
vote
it.
on that
Yeah.
one for sure.
Yeah.
Moltres Bronze, Galarian Moltres Silver, Alolan Muck Bronze, Quillfish Silver, Alolan Persian Bronze, Hisuian Quillfish Bronze, Alolan Raichu Bronze, Regidrago Silver, Regieleki, that's an easy one, Rillaboom Gold, I'll X that one. Both Samurats we feel good about. Sliggoo, Hisui, thanks for putting that on there, Brett. That's real funny. Galarian Slowbro, Galarian Slow King, that one gets an X, just because I think people want to hear about that one. Sneasler, I'll highlight that. Or sorry, Hisuian Sneasel, and then Sneasler.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already talked about Sneasler to death. Tauros, Thundurus I, Thundurus T, both gold. The Torns both moving down, I think, are noteworthy. Typhlosion, Hisuian Typhlosion is in bronze. Ursaluna Platinum, likes that one.
You think to ban?
It was brought up a lot preseason, so I just feel like we'll follow up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Urshifu Ban, Yuxi Bronze, Volcanion Gold, Walking Wake Platinum. I kind of want to do a vote on that personally, so I think it's really good. Weirder Iron Zamazenta Ban will vote anyways. Zapdos.
Yeah, no, I think-
Sorry, go ahead.
I think I'm pretty good with the list where
Yeah.
we have it.
Zapdos Platinum, Galarian Zapdos Gold, Zarude Gold. I'm going to highlight that. Zoroark. Good. Okay. I think that's all the ones that I kind of want to draw attention to.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything that stood out to you? okay. Okay.
Warm Moon are still flat, right?
Right. Roaring Moon. Yeah, Roaring Moon. I've talked about it a lot. I think it's still platinum. I do want to still vote on it just because we voted on it. Anything we voted on last season, I want to at least revisit it.
Oh, I know there has been some sentiment to ban Salt Cure on Garganacl.
Interesting. I'll put it somewhere here. Let's talk about Salt Cure.
I don't know how that. I don't know what that would do with
Garganacl.
That would turn Garganacl into like a bronze tier Pokemon, I think.
A Knackle stack would be unplayable.
Yeah. Let's look on the radar to move up. Espathra. I mean, if it's this, we'll have to definitely vote on Espathra.
I don't know. I just we
Yeah.
haven't seen it. It's hard to ban a Pokemon that like we allowed it last time, and
And
we haven't
nobody-
seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel like Espathra had the following that it had in OU when we started the season, and then once some of the crazy shit got banned, like Chi-Yu, it opened up the door for Espathra to be super busted. I don't think that caught on until pretty late season. People didn't want to shake up their teams, except for Mitch, who was pretty much out of the playoff hunt, and I don't even know if he used Espathra.
I don't think you did.
I think he picked it up and then like, oh, Esparta's bad in this matchup, so I'm just not gonna play it.
I think Espathra is a vote Pokemon.
Yeah, but just like no data on it, just really hard.
Yeah. Meowscarada, I was really impressed with how Zach used it. Pretty much all the other Protean Pokemon we have in Platinum.
Yeah, and we talked about it was a very contentious vote for Masquerada last time around to go into gold. I
Yeah.
think it was very close, split down the middle.
I feel pretty good about it being Platinum. Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do that. So that's resolved. Sandy Shocks. I really think Sandy Shocks is quite good. I have a hard time. Even like the Pokemon in Gold, like the electric types there, I would rather have Sandy Shocks over any of the Rotoms.
Yeah. I mean, you got Zone there as well.
Yeah, I mean, Zone does a different thing, and that's the only other consideration I'd give Zone. Because I think if Zone didn't have Magnet Pull as an option, it's a
Sandy Shock's 100% better than.
yeah. I feel like Sandy Shocks to Gold. Does anybody feel like it doesn't deserve that?
No, I'm fine with it.
Okay, gonna go ahead and do that.
Also, second, like electric ground typing with this kind of power is very impressive. Like,
Gallade. I thought it last season. Gallade to Gold.
oh yeah, no, like getting it and so like it's an absolute monster with all the sharpness boosted moves. Like,
Yeah. Zeng, thoughts? Did he drop? He
Oh,
died?
no, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's fine where it is.
You think it's fine where it is?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? We got two people who say we're going to move it up. We're at least going to change the color on it. People get some eyes on it and tell us if we're wrong.
yeah.
Resolved. Regular Slowking.
Ooh, to platinum.
To Platinum. That's the discussion here. Has it been there before? I think
At some point, I feel like it has.
Yeah, I feel like it's a point.
In like the I think they were both King and Bro were in platinum when they had teleport.
there was a long time where we had Slowking in a significantly lower tier, so that's also
I think
funny.
well, that's Kyle's fault. All right.
Yeah.
Like, the
So-
secret weapon. Fucking-
Yeah, I don't know. Regenerator is still good in this day and age. And it's
Do you think the fact that like I mean, this is a weird random thought that doesn't mean anything. Do you think the fact that Torn T has been nerfed so much makes people prioritize taking like Slowking earlier?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that. I don't think the fact that they're both regenerator Pokemon really do
Fun
enough.
pivoting options. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, Slowking I think is a better pivot because it's slow, and then also, and this is probably like this is a cherry on top. This doesn't really add too much to it, but I do think that chilly receptioning into, say, an ice type Pokemon that now has boosted defense because of the snow, could open up some doors for you.
yeah, fair.
I think there's something. I say platinum. Zeng, what do you say?
I'm fine with being in platinum.
Okay, and Dakota?
Just
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I think it's like on similar level to Galarian Slowking.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Zhang, I cut you off on your reasoning.
That's like yeah, like it's basically the same, right? Just a nature typing. Because water type is still a really good like.
Yeah, it's like I think poison and psychic interact a little bit more because like it being psychic type takes away poison's weakness to psychic, so it's at least neutral. And poison in water and psychic, I don't think they cover any of each other's weaknesses, so it's just additive. So
they all lost skull teleport, so like
yeah, but
it's still a really good regenerator because most of our regenerators are in plat or gold, right?
Oh, actually, yeah, a lot of them are in either platinum or gold. I don't know. We'll throw that there. We'll call that resolved. The Oricorios, I think honestly, just all of them, the way that Revelation Dance interacts with Terra and the fact that all of them got Quiver Dance, I really do feel like makes them a lot better. Oricorio Electric is the one that I feel really strongly needs to move up.
I agree. I think it's the best one of the four with the changes.
Yeah, only weak to rock and ice, and you can easily cover that with terrestrialization. You can terrestrialize into a steel type, and then Revelation Dance becomes steel. You can hit rock and ice types.
Yeah, and it's slightly stronger than Terra Blast, and like you can run it with your regular set as well.
Yeah, and then I think Electric, Fire, Ghost all have good primary offensive typings. Psychic, not so much. So, but I also feel like
more of the stored power, Quiver Dance stored power.
I don't know. Does it even get? It doesn't get stored power. I don't think.
I feel like I run into this was running into this in PU a bunch.
I mean, maybe I've literally never seen it. So, Oricorio, pow.
Does not get stored power.
Okay. Yeah. My thing is like, I think the big things going for Oricorio are it gets Quiver Dance, it interacts really nicely with Terra, and that's still true of Oricorio Psychic.
I guess that's true, and still like a
It's more reliant on Terra than the others, but
it's still a defog U-turn option as well.
True. Zhang, how do you feel about these guys moving up to bronze?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Sure. And then I have Roaring Moon on this list, but we're just gonna vote on ban versus no ban. Once the time comes, so I don't think we need to discuss it here. Okay, shit moving down. Ting Lu, I actually am in favor of moving down. I don't think it's hard to kill.
It's just so passive though. You can't do it. Doesn't do anything back.
Yeah, it is quite passive.
Is it a real
thoughts?
Yeah, it's too like passive.
Yeah. Salazzle. I think Salazzle's really good, but also I feel like it kind of is overpriced in gold, but it's also like a steel and silver. I'm so torn on it.
I'm honestly okay with being in silver.
I mean, it's kind of like if you exclude like Torkoal because of weather, it is kind of like the worst fire type in gold, but it would be the best fire type in silver. Like,
yeah. Wait, why is this struck out on Roaring Moon? Can I unstrike that out? What's happening? Okay, well that'll just have to stay then. I don't like that. Okay, sorry. Ting Lu, I gotta change that color.
The Electric Boys in silver.
Sorry, I gotta Salazzle. I fell behind a little bit. Silver. Okay. Yeah. Electros, I feel like is there as a legacy pick. Bellybolt, the person who used Bellybolt thought it wasn't good enough to be there. Jolteon.
Oh my god, for so long we have talked about moving Jolteon down to bronze.
Yeah. I mean, Shadow Ball plus Thunderbolt gives you pretty good coverage on everything, and it's got Calm Mind now, which is something. But I don't know.
It's just like
I think it'll be good in bronze. I think people will
I-
like taking it at that price point.
yeah.
I do think most people, like, there will be some people that take high tier electric mons, but I think a lot of people in between the two leagues will take their electric mon out of bronze. Like,
Yeah, that's what I noticed. Like a lot of like the monotyping are coming from our lower tier. Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna change all those to bronze.
I absolutely agree. I think
Yeah.
I totally agree with Like, I like Electros. I'm super high on Electros. It's still like it's a bronze mon. Like,
Like
Okay.
it has a good coverage and like it has no weaknesses. So like, but like as silver, like not really.
How you guys feel about Veluza? The argument that was made before is I don't think this is any. Barbarical was always in bronze, and I don't think this thing's any better than that.
where do we have is Brux? Where do we have Bruxius?
Bronze.
Yeah, no, this should be in bronze with Bruxius.
Okay, cool.
I thought we were putting those two bronze, Jamie.
Well, oh, yep, I changed them to the wrong colors. My bad. Thank you.
I'm
That
like,
would've-
I thought we were discounting these, not fucking.
Oh,
Yeah.
not Gallade.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah, totally move Gallade to bronze.
Okay, we're just gonna change all those to bronze, and we're gonna change Gallade by itself to silver. There we go. Not silver, gold. Okay, there we go. That's better. Veluza is okay. Now that Mike's gone, we can talk about Doug Trio honestly. I still think
Yeah,
Doug
no.
Trio's really good. I get his point about the terrestrialization. I do. But-
Regular Doug Trio.
Say that again.
Regular Doug Trio.
Regular Doug Trio. He wanted to move it down. I still think trapping is good. I think you can Terra forces you to play it in a different way, but
But if we're limiting Terra more, like, you're gonna have more opportunities. It's not gonna be just like a simple, you know.
yeah, I would kind of rather because I don't know how the Terra vote's gonna go. If the Terra vote is still unrestricted, then yeah, Doug Trio's gonna be worse. But I'd rather tackle that next season once we have another vote on Terra rules.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if we put Doug Trio to silver, right?
Yeah,
And it is always guaranteed to at least knock out one mon. So it's always going to be 1 from yourself for 150 points. Is that healthy or?
yeah, I don't think it is because the thing is, it either does KO one mon or it forces you to use it forces your opponent to use their Terra early.
But
So-
also, like, the chances, I mean, if you're going to use your Terra, you're probably planning to use it against Doug Trio. Like,
For me, I think it'd be worth it for me to go like, okay, I'm gonna trap this Pokemon and either I kill it or I've traded Doug Trio for forcing them to use their like scary gimmick because knowing that they can't Terra anymore is such a load off.
For
It
the
is.
price of 150, is that yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on how the Terra votes go, but like for the price of 150 points, you guarantee to know your opponent's Terra, or you're killing one mon.
Yeah. So you, in your opinion, it sounds like you're advocating it for it to be gold. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
great.
Yeah, because for like 150 points just to guarantee like something, I feel like it's not really healthy.
Yeah, I agree. I think Doug Trio is too good.
oh, I was going to say, like, why are we talking about this? Like,
I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to discuss it thoroughly because he felt pretty
Yeah.
passionate about it. But I think he's wrong.
yeah, no, I agree.
I mean,
Dougie Fresh is a gold staple, bro. Like,
I see.
like-
I do see his point about how it interacts with Terra, but I really
Yeah.
think that's more of an indictment on Terra than it is on Doug Trio.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, Wo-Chen.
Wo-Chen, I don't know. I still think there's something there with Wo-Chen. I really
I do,
do.
but like I feel like again, like if you put it in silver, I don't know how you exploit Wo-Chen to make it dangerous in silver.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm totally willing to move it down.
Well,
Right.
because what? Who's the other dark grass and gold?
Zarude. Zarude, Shiftry, Cacturn, probably another one.
Yeah, I feel like that's too much Grass Darkin Go Pool.
Yeah.
Oh no, not all those are in gold.
No,
Shiftry's not
yeah.
in
Oh
gold.
yeah. I think that it's got it's got a objectively worse typing than Ting-Lu, and it has the same issue that it's passive. So
Yeah,
Oh, I think it's objectively worse than Ting-Lu.
Like,
Like I think
like what it's past what attack moves is what.
I don't think
Knockoff?
I don't think it's worse than Ting-Lu. I just think it's a worse typing. I think if you had them trade typings, you'd be like it's. I think it's the biggest thing. I think it's really just a typing issue. Mousehold objectively bronze. I could even go lower if I was so inclined, but we'll just leave it there.
Oh, yeah, so its best set is knockoff, Lucy, protect your nation.
Yeah. Sneasel, does anyone like it doesn't have
no,
yeah.
no, it can go down. It's
Great.
a legacy thing.
Yeah,
Like
it's.
I know we're trying to like keep as much stuff in bronze as possible, but like Sneasel does not deserve to be. In
we don't
bronze.
need to put worthless stuff there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, the whole Toxicroak thing, Toxicroak and Hisuian Sneasel. Man, I'm still really like actually if we have this in silver, I think actually now that I'm looking at it, if people don't oppose this being silver, I think it should just be wherever Hisuian Sneasel goes. Does that seem fair?
Mm,
Yeah, because you can choose one or the other.
Yeah, I think they're close enough. I think they do.
They have their things that they do.
Yeah, they're similar but different. I
I
don't.
do like. I know I put it on the list, but yeah, no, being able to have dry skin with Toxicroak is really nice.
Yeah, and having that priority is also really good. And having the ability to change what item you're holding, where you don't have as much of an option with Hisuian Sneasler.
Yeah.
Like you could run sub leftovers or black sludge, but people don't run that anymore.
They still run the nasty bot too. Yeah, you can still run the nasty.
Good point.
Yeah,
It's a very good point. Yeah, so that'll just be tied to Hisuian Sneasler, I think.
yeah.
But okay, that's it.
We added quite a few bronze mons.
We did. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to put out the finalized tier list as a screenshot tomorrow morning. But thank you guys for joining this stream. I'm going to end this stream. If anybody wants to get up on a soapbox and say anything that they want to say before I end it, Zhang, I'll give you the floor first.
Hey, you got 5 likes.
Okay. Dakota?
Good night and